why. Number 4 is Super Bowl. And number 5 is to be a pillar for the community.
Is this a bathroom mirror? Like your main bathroom, you walk in there and there is marker on your mirror?
I really don't know what a Sharpie.
A Sharpie?
Yeah.
Like a permanent marker?
Yeah.
Does it come off?
I hope it does. I don't really wipe them off. I just leave them up there so I can see how my goals change throughout the years and what I can be better at.
Let's talk about number 3 on that mirror. Defensive Player of the Year.
They better not put you on me, Tyreek! They better not put you on me, Tyreek!
What would it mean to you to be the Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL?
Everything, man. Ever since I came in the game, the only reason I play football is to be the best. And ever since I got in the league, that's always been my goal, to win the DPOY. How can I say I'm one of the best when I never won a Defensive Player of the Year? You know, when you talk about some of the best, you talk about Aaron Donald, Warren Sapp, Reggie White. All those guys have DPOY. I want to be in that category.
I told y'all, this is part of the journey. But it's steps we gotta take to get where we wanna go. Let's dominate on 3 all phases of the game, baby. Calls on 3, 1, 2, 3.
There is gonna be sound. Down he goes. Down he goes, Chris Jones.
It seems like the way that the Chiefs have won games has gone from being an explosive offense to an intense defense over the past couple of years. What does that mean to you?
I like it. We're not scoring in 3 plays anymore and being back on the field. I like the methodical driving down the field. We're running the ball like 8 times a drive. Let's do that.
Just keep trickling the ball down the field, boys.
I think, though, in general, you do speak for a defensive unit that I'm not saying you guys don't get credit, because you do.
We don't get credit, and it's okay. It's okay. I think that's what you got to understand when you have an offensive head coach. You got an MVP quarterback, a Hall of Fame tight end. Defense is like the stepbrother, right? And that's cool, as long as we win. I don't really care. If that's what it takes for us to win and us not get any notoriety, it's okay.
Interesting perspective. Fun guy to talk to, and he is a dominator out there. You understand the motivation to be the Defensive Player of the Year. As for the offense that will be going up against it tonight, Derek Carr has got a nice chemistry going with a couple of his wide receivers, but there's a guy that he used to throw the football to who's out there. Adam Schefter joins us now. What kind of market is there for Davante potentially in New Orleans?
Well, they are one of the 2 teams that he would like to play for, Scott. Davante Adams ideally would like to play with a quarterback that he's been matched with before. That would be either Aaron Rodgers in New York with the Jets or Derek Carr in New Orleans with the Saints. Now, the Saints have been monitoring the situation. They've spoken with the Raiders. The Raiders have been adamant that they want a 2nd-round pick plus in return for Davante Adams. And so far, there hasn't been a lot of progress so far. We'll see if anything can change. A lot of people have wondered whether Adams would wind up in Kansas City. That's not going to happen. Now, earlier tonight, the Chiefs got some news on Rashee Rice, who basically was with doctors today, and the damage in his knee is not as bad as they hoped. His recovery is going to be shorter, which is great news for Rashee Rice. It doesn't help them all that much this year because the chances are he's not going to be back again this season, but doctors will know more tomorrow when he has surgery in the morning. And without Rice, they want to get a look at their roster tonight to see which other players can help step up and fill the void left by Rashee Rice and Isaiah Pacheco. So you'll see Travis Kelce, you'll see Noah Gray, you'll see Juju Smith-Schuster, you'll see some of these other players that they want to take a look at tonight. They have their bye next week. So this will be a last statement for some of these players, and then the Chiefs can reevaluate whether they need to make a move during the trade deadline to pursue another wide receiver. They don't have a lot of money. They don't have a lot of flexibility. So it would be the right player at the right time with the right fit to see if they can get that in. But that will be determined in part by tonight's play and exactly how Rashee Rice's surgery goes tomorrow morning, Scott.
Adam, thank you very much. So that's great news as it relates to Rice, just from a life perspective. It might not be on the field this year, but great that it's not an ACL tear. As for Adams to the Saints, that's an intriguing one, I think. You look at Olave, you look at Rashid Shaheed, who we saw, and Alvin Kamara is kind of the engine that makes it go. You add, if you are able to land him, How does that change this offense?
Well, I think it changes because it gives you a guy that not only wins one-on-one, but becomes that intermediate route possession receiver. We know that Chris Olave is a great route runner. He's explosive. Rashid Shaheed takes the top off of the defense, but Devontae Adams can still win in one-on-one situations. If you're playing a team that has to worry about the top being taken off the defense, and also Alvin Kamara in the backfield, you mean to tell me that if Devontae Adams those sorts of one-on-ones with space, he's a guy who can still win in that situation. Playing with someone he would be extremely comfortable with in the quarterback position.
I just have just to follow on what Adam said about tonight. Like it's a regular season game. This isn't like an exhibition, a preseason game where you're trying to wow the coaches. But this is a tryout of sorts. We know Rice isn't going to be back for a while, if at all, this year. And I think though we've been waiting for several years for that guy to emerge, and Rice was that guy who finally emerged. I would just think though, with bright lights like this, it's a big opportunity for those guys not named Travis Kelce to show out and show up. I mean, how do you seize that opportunity?
I'm interested to see how Xavier Worthy is used.
Yes.
Because the week one we got super excited in the reverse that he took for a touchdown, and I know a lot of people think of him as a guy with the crazy speed that get over the top. Dude was a route runner at the University of Texas. Now I don't know if that role was diminished because of Rashee Rice and what his ability was with run after catch. And sometimes RC and JK, y'all know this, you don't find out about certain players until they're put in that position to make those plays. So that's what I was thinking this week. Is Xavier Worthy now going to not only be looked at as the number one wide receiver, but used as a guy as the number one wide receiver as opposed to being a quote-unquote specialist as far as getting down the field?
And you were also mentioning send him deep, all of a sudden you clear some zones underneath, and now there's a lot more room for people to operate.
You look at the first interception Pat threw last week, they're really trying to force the ball to Trav, and the safety jumped the play action around it. Xavier's running wide open down the field. And I know Pat was thinking about that the next time when he hit him on the deep pass after the play action. I think that if he can even just keep those safeties honest, Travis will operate underneath. Once they get Pacheco back, they got, Juju Smith-Schuster was really good for 2 years ago. I think they got pieces. If that deep threat alone, expanding those zones underneath that teams like to run against Kansas City, it can open up a lot of space for people out there.
Next man up, it's a cliche for a reason. Those guys are going to get an opportunity in the short term and perhaps in the long term throughout this season. So it's the Saints and the Chiefs tonight. This is the second time ever on Monday Night Football that we have seen the Saints and the Chiefs. Let's go back to 1972. I believe this is playing. Whoa, this is the fun stuff. Monday Night Football. Archie Manning, Len Dawson at quarterback. Early on, Jeff Kinney.
Put your foot in the ground.
Doug Wyatt, give me that. Scoop and score.
And Marshawn Lattimore.
10-3, New Orleans takes the lead. We move to the second half. And
They got the mustard yellow
just
cheerleader.
wandering on the field back in the day. There he is, Archie Manning, finding Dave Parks in the end zone. Going crazy in Tulane Stadium. It's 17-10.
Travis's mustache right there.
Len Dawson, however, finds Otis Taylor. That was the wrong dude to leave wide open. Otis could go. And then Jan Stenerud wearing enormous shoulder pads and a one-bar
Yes, sir.
snap, hold, kick, good.
Pads out there.
And that's Kansas City handing a loss. And there goes Archie.
Man, Archie was a cheat, man.
Look at it. Look at it.
We can certainly see some of the smiles that we see right there in
That
his
DNA
face.
strong.
Manny passed tonight. Peyton and Eli joined us. Now, please say hi to your dad for me. I'm so fond of him. And Eli, I just want to start with that Saints offense we were just talking a bit about. How did they get back to being the team they were in that explosive first couple of weeks out of the gate?
Yeah, exactly, Scott. Like you talked about, those first two games, they were calling shots down the field. They were hitting the shots down the field. Derek Carr was throwing accurate 40, 50 yards down the field, hitting some of those big plays. These last two games, they're still calling them. They just have not connected on them. And so that all of a sudden puts you in second and long, third and long, which they haven't been able to convert. So I think this game, they're going to be aggressive. They're going to have to take those shots down the field and try to hit some of those so they can score more points. The last two games, they've lost killers. Last second, two games, they've lost by a total of 5 points. The problem is, every game the Chiefs play, they play a tight game. They've won all 4 of their games by 1 touchdown or less. So I have a feeling this is going to come down to the fourth quarter. The Saints are going to have to find a way
Peyton, I think of receivers that you had a great chemistry with through the years. 88 was one of them. Here it's Patrick looking for 87. How do they find the chemistry this year to get back to form more familiar with seeing between those two?
Well, the chemistry is still there. Obviously, defenses are focusing on Kelsey. I still think his presence is allowing the other Chiefs receivers to get open. I watch film. I see both safeties looking at number 87 every single time. Obviously, no more Rice. I think Juju's got to step up tonight. Xavier Worthy obviously has up full speed. I still think his presence all night is allowing the other Chiefs receivers to get open. I watch film. I see both safeties presence looking at number 87 every single time. Obviously, no more Rice. I think Juju's got to step the ball early to get him involved in the game. I think that'll happen tonight against the Saints.
I'm sure you noticed as you were looking at the film, Peyton, that the safety took a look at 87 that allowed Worthy to get deep on that touchdown. That was the difference in that game against the Chargers. All right, so we got a Manning cast tonight. Eli, give me a guest list on the way out.
Of course, we'll have Bill Belichick, and then we'll have Paul Rudd, and we got our Pops, R.G. Manning, coming on the show.
Fantastic. Again, please give my best to your Pops. We'll look forward to watching tonight. Boys, be well until next time, okay?
All right, we'll do.
All right, we got a Hemi Award to hand out. That's on the way.
I have 2 nominees.
Yeah, exactly. RC's chances of winning pretty good.
I got 2 nominees.
And I gave out the defensive guy again. I keep having your back. You guys cry about, we don't talk about defense. I keep nominating defenders for the Hemi.
Monday Night Countdown is presented by ESPN Bet, the official sportsbook of ESPN.
Oh, sorry.
No worries. Oops.
You go.
No, you go.
Go for the handful.
Welcome to the Cheerios obstacle course.
You were right there.
Jersey.
Yeah, yes, but I got the Honey Nut Cheerio choo-choo train.
Win the day with the Kelsey's favorite cereals. LL Flooring bankruptcy sale. All inventory must go. Dream Home laminate floors from 10 cents per square foot. Avella porcelain floor tile in various styles, all at 85 cents per square foot. Duravana waterproof floors from 75 cents per square foot. Pre-finished solid hardwood flooring from 85 cents per square foot. Plus a lot more. This sale is conducted by Lumber Liquidators, where you always get great deals on great floors. For location nearest you, see LLFBK.com.
BK Royal Crispy Wraps. Eat it with the meal or have it as a snack. Only $2.99. It's a hunger hack and it fits in one hand. BK, have it your way.
I bet it feels like strawberry kisses.
Don't miss the K semi-annual sale. Shop now and save. Only at K.
Toast Crunch, Reese's Puffs, Lucky Charms, and Honey Nut Cheerios. Win the day with the Kelsey Brothers' favorite cereals.
Let's go! And we're coming to your city. It's a college football party all in all.
Going to be a monster game day. That is outside of Autzen, as it's Ohio State and Oregon. This is the big one going tonight here at Arrowhead. And yeah, it's one of those nights where you got to have your head on a swivel if you're a KC fan, because the faithful are also cheering on the baseball team. Royals are heading home to Kaufman later this week. And they're hoping to even up the series with the Yankees at a game apiece. All right, who won the Hemi? Oh, imagine that. What? Oh, Kirk Cousins? Kirk Cousins? No. I didn't see that coming. No. Patrick Surtain? Surtain? He didn't even know he won. I didn't even look. I just looked at. Wait, I won? Hey, you can't tell me nothing. Walk into Arrowhead, now I got the dub. Have some. That's why you give out a defensive play. Like, that's what it's about. All right. I have no idea what we're doing. Oh, it's the center of attention. Brought to you by General Mills. Thanks for the cereal mix, by the way. My kids absolutely obliterated that. Now, obviously, you're going to focus on no line play.
My kids beat me.
Did they?
I tore it up.
That one of your very favorite linemen to keep an eye on. Is that your center of attention this week?
It is. It's Trey Smith. They have a big award that they give out after every game, the Bodacious Award. And this guy just embodies the bodacious mentality. He finishes everything to the whistle. He's just that guy that's always playing hard. 6'6", just a monster of a man. Their interior, all of them are great. But the attitude and the tone are set with this guy right here. I love the way he plays. He's one of my favorite guys to watch. Let's take a look at this tape. This first clip is going to be him. Just a nice reach block, finishing, and getting the cake on the 3 technique. Just blocking to the echo of the whistle. We're going to see this next when he's up on a linebacker. Bow!
Ooh.
Then you're going to see him. You don't see it. This is one on the sideline where it's finishing out of the frame to the echo of the whistle. Everybody's done. He's still going. Short yardage.
Nice.
Getting it done. First down. He's picking the running back up, telling him where we're going. Yeah. Just plays with an attitude right here. I mean, I don't even know if he knows.
Football player on his way to having a phenomenal career.
Fantastic, all around. All right, let's make some picks. I mean, come on.
23-20 for the people that'll be dressed like me.
All right, so that's one for the Chiefs. I'm going to end up having to save the graphic. I know I am. Anybody? Everybody?
Everybody. I'm Chiefs. Come on now. 26-20, Kansas City Chiefs.
Swag?
24-21, Kansas City.
Oh, there she is.
Hey, mama.
Mom's Kelsey.
mama.
Mom's Kelsey. I had a chance to say hi to her in Philadelphia.
Oh.
Yeah.
Scott, you went KC?
No, I did. I know I'm supposed to say that it worked with Tennessee. It doesn't always work. I know you guys think it. I feel like this is not a get-right game. The Saints are not a get-right team, but I feel like Kansas City tonight. I feel like Kansas City gets there, and I think it's by more than maybe 7-ish. I think I might have. I didn't say, but I like Kansas City tonight by
It's a very hard place for anybody.
enough. All right, enjoy the game. We'll see you when it's over for Sports Center. For all the fellas, I'm Scott Van Pelt.
Crazy I
Monday Night
lost to hit me
Football.
with 2
We gotta leave the field. Let's go.
The weather is absolutely ideal on this October night in Kansas City, Missouri, as we get set for a good matchup at the end of Week 5. It's the New Orleans Saints, led by Derek Carr, deep in thought, getting ready for tonight's action against the Kansas City Chiefs, led by that tandem that we've watched year after year after year. Travis is ready. You know Patrick is as well. And we welcome you to the progressive Monday night kickoff at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium. And now welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. My name is Joe Buck. His name is Troy Aikman, the Hall of Famer. Well, his name's Troy Aikman. He is a Hall of Famer. And the Kansas City Chiefs come in here with a record of 4-0. That's really good. But the hits keep coming. They started the season without Hollywood Brown. They lost Isaiah Pacheco, their top running back, in Week 2. And now they're without Rashee Rice. I know they've got Mahomes, and I know they've got Andy Reid, this great schemer of offense, but that's a lot of hits to undergo.
Well, there's no doubt, and the prevailing thought is, yeah, as long as they've got Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes is healthy, then they can just keep carrying on. But obviously, they need players around them, and they've been shorthanded now. With Rashee Rice going down, that is huge. He's been such a key part of what they've been doing within the passing game. But when you look at this,
first pick in the Jersey Mike's Catering Box Draft, Sarah from Carolina select.
30% of the time. That's the highest percentage in the league.
Joe, they're averaging 34 rush attempts per game. So Clint Kubiak comes in, and there's no question what they want to do. Now, the last couple of weeks, you talk about how Derek Carr has maybe not been as good as he was the first couple of weeks. They've gotten away from the play action.
Here's a nice completion on the outside to Olave.
It's a good start. He was a one-man disruptive crew. And you talk about Chris Jones and what he's able to do for this Chiefs defense. Good job right now of Derek Carr getting the ball out of his hands quickly, trying to run the football. They've got those changes, as you mentioned, up front in that offensive line. There's a lot to overcome.
Big pressure, and Carr just has to unload. It is intercepted by Brian Cook. Not touched. And now they're going to say he's out of bounds. They're blowing it dead back downfield. Cook is down. One official is saying that he stepped out on the New Orleans side of the 50. And two other officials are back down on this side. But the interception happened with Cook.
The ruling on the field is an interception by the defense. The runner was down by contact. It's first down, Kansas City.
Carr was under pressure by Karlaftis and just heaved it in the air, and somehow Cook comes down with the interception.
Job by the officials going through it. Now, you mentioned George Karlaftis coming off, and he's one-on-one on the back. Alvin Kamara goes right through him. Derek Carr, he feels the pressure. So he's down by contact.
So the interception sets up Kansas City at their own 22. Kareem Hunt is back as a Kansas City Chief. And he picks up 3. Granderson makes the stop. And Patrick Mahomes, this is career start number 101. Through his first 100, he has the most wins, pass yards, and pass touchdowns in NFL history. It's out, fakes the throw, and runs for the first down. A gain of 9.
Well, how many times have we seen this over the years? And then we come out here on the first play, and Patrick Mahomes is able to find himself a crease, and he just continues to do that and extend these plays, whether it's with his legs or getting outside the pocket, finding somebody down the field. You see it over and over and over anytime you watch the Chiefs play.
Here is Hunt. Give you the offensive lineup for Andy Reid after Kareem Hunt picks up 4. We'll tell you more about Hunt. Xavier Worthy is the rookie on the outside. Juju Smith-Schuster has been brought back. You know plenty about Travis Kelce. We'll give you plenty more. And the offensive line is so good on the interior, with Humphrey at center, Trey Smith at right guard, and Joe Thuney at left. Hunt again. 3rd and short coming up. Kareem was a 3rd-round pick in 2017, led the NFL in rushing as a rookie with over 1,300 yards. Cut in 2018 when video surfaced showing him kicking and shoving a woman. He was finished in 2018. He signed with his hometown Browns in 2019. Served an 8-game suspension, was there for 5 years, stayed in shape without a deal, signed to the practice squad, and here he is back with Kansas City as Kelce's got a first down. coming off his best game of the season when he had 7 catches for 89 yards.
Well, the Saints are going to show they're going to mug the linebackers up in the line of scrimmage. They only end up rushing 3. They drop 3 out after showing a 6-man rush. And Patrick Mahomes recognizes it, sees Kelce right in front of him, able to pick up the first down.
Carson Steele, the rookie running back, checks in. Over the middle, wide open, Kelce again. Down inside the 35 for 21 yards.
Well, the Saints like to play man coverage, but they're in zone coverage on this play, and nobody accounts for Kelce taking the middle of the field. 2 guys go with the release on the outside, opens up the middle of the field, and an easy hookup for Kelce.
How about again? They keep feeding him. Catch number 3 and a gain of 6 for the 9-time Pro Bowl tight end.
Well, right now on this opening drive for Kansas City, it's obvious that Patrick Mahomes, he's really seeing things well. A couple plays ago, we heard him yell out they're going to cover 2, meaning they're going to go to a 2-deep look, but they were showing a one deep safety coverage, and he saw that they were trying to disguise it. They were going to rotate back into it. He picked it up. They ran the football, and he knows exactly what the Saints are doing right now.
Here is Hunt right up the gut for another Kansas City first down. And a gain of 8.
So he comes up to the line here, and you're going to see these 2 deep safeties that are back here, and they're just able to open it up, and he's been checking at the line of scrimmage. When it's single high safety, they've been throwing the football. When they go to their 2 deep looks, he's been able to hand it off, and they've been able to pick up some nice gains.
Fake the handoff. Throw back to Gray. Noah Gray inside the 10 near the 5. And another big chunk of yardage, that one for 15.
Number 83, Noah Gray. The key to that is you got to sell it. So he sells it as though he's staying on the end of the line blocking and times it up perfectly. Mahomes knew exactly where he was going. They had a receiver out in the flat, come back underneath behind all the flow. Noah Gray, he's another one of those guys who's going to be asked to do a lot more with Rashee Rice down.
Hunt picking his way to the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. And he's in.
He's in. You talk about the interior offensive line. Watch these 2 guys right here, Joe Thuney and Creed Humphrey, the push and the movement that they get. And you get that kind of movement in the offensive line, you're going to pick up a lot of yards on the ground.
And if a defense makes a team dink and dunk their way down the field, who's better at doing that than Kansas City and Mahomes? 104th touchdown drive of 10 or more plays since Patrick became the starter. The most in the NFL during that span. Kelce helped get him down there. Hunt got him in. 7-0 Kansas City.
Every bite better with Pepsi.
How does the know-it-all know it all? With NFL Red Zone on NFL Plus Premium, he watches 7 hours of non-stop football action.
Hey son, what's my opinion on the NFC North?
Be a football know-it-all with NFL Plus Premium.
Introducing our all-star lineup, the Camry, the Tacoma,
night for the Chiefs. He said he expected to get a call from a team eventually this season. Never thought it would be the Chiefs because he just didn't think they'd be willing to give him another chance here. So his initial reaction when he got the call the night after Isaiah Pacheco went down, pure joy. He said he just started yelling in his house, probably woke up the neighbors. He was just so happy, thrilled to be coming back. He said this is the team that drafted him. This was the first team to believe in him. And the first thing he said to Andy Reid, he said when he walked back into the building was, "You will not regret this." Joe?
Yeah, Lisa, and Andy Reid told us that, you know, he had to make some changes in his life to stop going down the direction he was going down. As of today, he's been under contract for 20 days, signed to the practice squad, as Lisa said, the 17th of September after Pacheco went down. And so he's back. He has remained close with Patrick Mahomes ever since he left. They were in the same draft class. And Kareem Hunt helped get him down into range and then into the end zone.
Yeah, and I think Andy Reid knows a thing or two about giving someone a second chance. So Kareem Hunt gets his second chance here in Kansas City. Had a nice game last week. Really did a lot more in that game than they anticipated going in.
Here's Kamara, broke one tackle as he got away and picked up 3. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, this defense had given up points on the opponent's opening possession of the game each of the first 4 games. They get the takeaway on the interception by Brian Cook, who Spags has running this defense from the back end. And the points off turnover the other way. First time this season the Saints have allowed an opening drive touchdown. Second and 7. Carr steps up, unloads, looking for Tipton, and can't hit him. The rookie from Yale, and it's 3rd and 7.
Well, the Saints do an outstanding job of picking up the blitz off the edge. It's Jalen Watson, number 35. You're going to see him come into your picture. They play it well, and this is an area where the Saints, they just, you know, they got an opportunity here for a big play, and they've just not been able to hit it. If you just lay that, that should have been an easy completion for Derek Carr. Have not had much success here in the early going of this season in connecting on some of those big pass plays.
3rd down, that is Tipton, and he is dumped immediately by Chamari Connor. And it's 3 and out. A gain of just 2 on that strong tackle by Connor, who's playing more and more for Steve Spagnuolo.
Yeah, he's playing in that nickel position there in the slot. He's roaming the middle of the field. He's right there. He sees it, and then you got to make the tackle because he's having to do it in the open field. There's nobody else there. Otherwise, he picks up the first down easily. So the Saints had a nice drive going to open up this game, and then the interception by Carr. Come out here on the second possession trying to see if they could do something after the score, and it's a 3 and out for this Chiefs defense.
Matthew Hayball, the rookie punter. Line drive punt, Hardman with a decent return after a 49-yard punt. We're in Kansas City, and the hometown team up 7.
Want to know who's dominating on defense? Just ask Siri. Who leads the league in tackles?
I'd like to show you something this Halloween season on Disney Plus.
Trick or treat!
Get a little scared.
Is it was area?
Or a little more scared. Or you can get very scared. Even terrified. Choose carefully with Hulu on Disney Plus.
When you're with Amex Business Platinum, you get access to over 1,400 lounges worldwide, including the Centurion Lounge, and a flexible spending limit that adapts with your business, so passion can be a part of your legacy. That's the powerful backing of American Express. Domino's new 5-cheese mac and cheese is creamy, cheesy, oven-baked to bubbly perfection. But it's also tasty with an upgrade, like crispy bacon, spicy jalapeno, or even both. Introducing new 5-cheese mac and cheese. Try it today at Domino's.
The legend of the Red River Rivalry, where heroes are forged and neighbors divided.
What happens on this field just resonates forever.
Texas, Oklahoma, Saturday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern on ABC.
ESPN Bet has Seen Green, Steven's A-List. Why can't I have a cool sounding featured bet?
Like what?
Molly's matchups.
I don't love it.
Molly's money lines. They call me the queen of money lines.
Do they call you that?
They should.
Mad Dogs Dogs. Mad Dogs Dogs! Yeah, I get it. It's no Steven's A-List.
Get exclusive talent markets and up to $1,000 in bonus bets with the first bet reset on ESPN Bet.
Welcome back to Kansas City. Taylor Swift is here, as is her father, Scott, there's Scott. They're just below us. Meanwhile, Travis Kelce, her boyfriend, turned 35 on Saturday. And when you asked Travis, she said, I was retired by 35. How do you feel at 35? He said, after week 4, I feel like I'm 22, baby.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's exactly how he said it, too.
This play did not materialize. Trying to set up a screen for Kareem Hunt, and Kelce was busy on that first possession.
Well, he sure was. The tight ends in general were. There were 4 completions on that drive by Patrick Mahomes. All 4 of them went to tight ends. 3 to Travis, 1 to Noah Gray. And that's how you make up when you lose Rashee Rice. You start incorporating some other people. Of course, Travis Kelce had a nice game last week in that win against the Chargers, and he's going to obviously be relied on even more heavily now.
Hunt hesitated, tried to let the blocks get set up, and in the middle of it, Demario Davis and Anthony Orji in to make the tackle, a gain of 3.
I do think that what Kansas City went through last year, and that they didn't play great offense throughout the year. Everybody was questioning them, and were they going to be able to pull it together? Of course, they did once they got into the postseason, which they usually do. But I do think that experience has helped them in dealing with some of the inconsistencies that they've started off with again here in 2024.
And that was right tackle Jawaan Taylor starting a little too soon.
Which he'll tend to
False
do.
Start. Offense. Number 74. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
That is penalty number 23 against Jawaan Taylor since the start of last season. He's the most penalized player in the league.
Well, the 2 tackles, you've got Jawaan Taylor, and then on the other side, you've got Wanya Morris, and that's the weakness within this offensive line. Now, we've talked about left guard, center, right guard. That trio is as good as any in football.
On 3rd down and 12, Mahomes buys time. Throws low and incomplete for Kelce. Just could not get anything on the throw. Kelce wide open in the middle, and it's 4th down.
Well, that's a great job by the Saints, but it is so maddening for this defensive front when you're trying to rush the passer and you try to keep Patrick Mahomes in the pocket. Everybody talks about it. Just so few teams are able to do it. When you rush 4, invariably, if you're not really disciplined collapsing the pocket, there's going to be running lanes, and Patrick's as good as anybody in the league at finding it.
Ariza will punt it with Shaheed, Pro Bowl returner from a year ago, waiting for it. Booming punt. A lot of hang time, and Shaheed from the 25. Flag on the play. Shaheed stays upright and is out of bounds as he crossed the 35. A 56-yard punt with a lot of hang time. 12-yard return. Brad Rogers will give us the call.
During the return, holding return team number 36. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down. Timeout.
Union Station in Kansas City. We are at GEHA Field, and the Chiefs lead by 7.
Prime Big Deal Days is coming October 8th and 9th. With exclusive savings just for Prime members, you'll feel like a big deal. Shop deals on electronics, fashion, and more this Prime Big Deal Days, October 8th and 9th.
Introducing our all-star lineup: the Camry, the Tacoma, the RAV4, and the Tundra. Toyota, undefeated on the road.
Shop deals on
Our best memories begin with the people we love. This month, we celebrate us, our time together, our spirit, and our community. Contigo this month and every day. These are my teeth. A few overlap.
Others are straight, crooked, and capped.
Oral-B Electric cleans better with one simple touch.
No matter what kind of teeth, you got a brush.
Oral-B's dentist-inspired round brush head hugs and cleans what gets in between, going where regular brushes don't reach, so teeth get 100% better clean. These are my teeth, the key to my look.
And here's how I perfectly clean every nook.
Your perfect clean starts with Oral-B.
Did you know there's a detergent that gets your dishes up to 100% clean, even in an older dishwasher? Switch to Cascade Platinum Plus. Designed with leading manufacturers, it delivers sparkling clean dishes in any machine. Just scrape, load, and you're done. Packed with double the Dawn, Cascade Platinum Plus removes up to 100% of grease and food residue, delivering sparkling clean dishes on the toughest jobs. For the highest standard of clean, even in older dishwashers, switch to Cascade Platinum Plus.
ESPN's Monday Night Football brought to you by Target. Circle Week, 7 days of big deals, ends this Saturday. Burger King, you rule. And Progressive Insurance. Protect the stuff you love with Renters Insurance. Visit progressive.com. Saturday, we talked about Travis Kelce turning 35. He had his annual Kelce Card Jam charity event, showcasing the work of students from the Ignition Lab STEM program who turned a 69 Chevy Chevelle from gas to electric. Travis has got a lot going on.
that might be the biggest understatement of the year. I think the whole Kelce family has a lot going on.
They do.
Include Mama Kelce.
That's right. She's in town. Jason.
False start. Offense. Number 75. 5-yard penalty. First down.
There's Mama Kelce. Donna.
She's done a great job with those boys of hers. I know that. Doesn't take long being around them, knowing they were raised well.
Yeah. Great guys. First down at 15 for New Orleans, down 7. Kamara bottled up, got to the 20, that's it. Mike Pennell was there and not alone, a gain of just 2.
So one of the questions coming into this game was how exactly Steve Spagnuolo was going to try to play these bigger packages, I guess, against the New Orleans Saints. They like a lot of 2 tight ends. They like 2 running backs. Now it's a little different with Taysom Hill not playing. This is a defense that does not play a lot of base defense, meaning they don't play with 3 linebackers on the field all that much, but they have been tonight here in the early going, matching up against some of this bigger personnel that the Saints like to use.
Carr sprints out to his right, throws for Shaheed, but out of bounds. And now 3rd down and 13. I think it's easy to overlook the absence of Taysom Hill, but he's developed from kind of the gadget guy into a really, really good football player. They could play him at 4 or 5 different spots on one drive. The defense doesn't know where he's going to come out of the huddle. They missed that.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt, Joe. He was such a big part of everything they did offensively, particularly taking some of the carries at least off of Alvin Kamara.
3rd down at 13. Carr launches. Shaheed. Contact. No flags. 4th down. And Rashid comes away looking for a flag, but if there was any contact And there was some. It was Rashid who initiated it.
Yeah, I agree. This was incidental contact. It was a good no call. They're trying to hit deep to Rahid Shaheed, and just no real chance down the field. I mean, the coverage was there, and what we're watching is Derek Carr just has not been able to get settled in. He's missed some throws that you just simply cannot miss in a game like this on the road against the defending world champions.
Another 3 and out. Good punt. Hardman from inside the 30 to the 40. 52-yard punt. Rico Payton with the stop at a 12-yard return. Back to work, this Kansas City offense up 7.
It's game day, and you messed up the snacks. Time to call an audible with DoorDash. Your door to game day greatness. Your door to more. DoorDash.
Welcome to the Cheerios obstacle course.
You were right there. Jersey. Yeah, it is. But I got the Honey Nut Cheerio choo-choo train.
Win the day with the Kelsey's favorite cereal.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. Because it's the things you make that show what you're made of. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
It's $10 Tuesdays at KFC. Every Tuesday, grab 8 pieces of hot, juicy Kentucky Fried Chicken for just $10.
It's a Brab Tab deal.
Salimos de noche con los perros en la igua. Vestido de negro como si somos el SWAT. Ella me dice que lo quiere.
Touchdown by Lazard. Fun fact for you, as we welcome you back to Kansas City, this is home to more than 200 working fountains. A lot of barbecue and a great spot for food and drinks in and around town. Beautiful night in Kansas City. Great spot to be. Chiefs went down the field first time they had the ball, punched it into the end zone. Couldn't move it second time they had it. Now their third possession. From the 40, toss to Hunt. Good blocking on the edge. And Kareem gets 7.
Well, we came into this game, Joe, talking about how are they going to make up for the injuries that they've had, and Rashee Rice being down. He's been such a big part of what they've done, throwing the football, get the ball into his hands quickly, let him take off. A lot of yards after the catch. In fact, he led the league at the time of his injury. And the way that they've gotten around it is they're just simply not throwing the ball to the wide receivers. And it's been to the tight ends and then with the running game, but they've gotten off to a heck of a start.
Pressure off the edge, and the pass is caught as Jody Fortson, who's been brought back. They're big on reunions with the Chiefs. He was here, he left, went to Miami, was cut. They brought him back, and another completion to another big-bodied tight end.
Yeah, that time they thought 2 wasn't enough. They put 3 in the game, and they get the ball to Jody Fortson. So they bring him up off the practice squad for this game, and he gets involved here in this first half.
So as you were alluding to, no targets yet for a wide receiver. Mahomes did not target a wide receiver in the fourth quarter in LA last week. Carson Steele right up the gut. A gain of 8. Second down and 2. Play action. Mahomes gets rid of it to Hunt. Catch and run. Off he goes down inside the 15. Davis and Ridgeway with pressure. And Mahomes able to find the outlet.
Well, Ridgeway, he gets pressure right up in Patrick Mahomes' face, and you see the pressure then off the edge, and he just knows exactly, he knows this offense so well, he just knows exactly where his outlet is and how to protect himself and turn what could have been at least an incomplete pass into a really positive play. The Saints just have not had an answer for anything the Chiefs have done on offense so far.
Little push to Hartman. And he's wrapped up by Demario Davis. May have saved a touchdown. A gain of 5. Another guy who left and was brought back last year during this month, the month of October, and flash forward to the end of the season. There he was catching the game-winning, Super Bowl-winning touchdown in Super Bowl 58.
I just think looking at this team, you know, as long as they've got Patrick Mahomes, I mean, they've got a chance to win it all, of course, but it just feels like they're going to need a little more on the edge after these injuries that they've incurred.
Mahomes, flag on the play. Pass is caught. That's Gray.
Holding. Offense. Number 74. 10-yard penalty. Second down.
It's Jawan Taylor, number 74. You see as soon as the inside rush comes in the grab, and pretty easy call. It's Granderson, the edge rusher, who's had a great year up to this point. You can see, you don't see Andy get too demonstrative on the sidelines, but obviously these penalties on Jawan Taylor are starting to take a toll on him.
Guilty of a false start and now a hold. Pressure, Mahomes throws, completes. Kelsey inside the 10. Chase Young was chasing Mahomes. And Patrick completes for 10.
Yeah, and he kind of got picked by his own guy. So as he's trying to run with Travis Kelsey, which is hard enough once Mahomes starts to extend a play, and then he's trying to go to the middle with Kelsey, all of a sudden he's having to go around his own defender, and then you got no chance.
3rd down and 5. Reed was trying to call timeout. Mahomes spinning, throwing, incomplete for Perine. Andy Reid was trying to call timeout. The official didn't see him. And the incompletion is the result.
Watch Trey Smith, 65, and what he does. This is playing through the whistle here. I mean, he's all the way down he just won't let up. It was basically a 2-man rush. They're trying to come off the edge. There's Reed trying to get the timeout called, like you said. Pretty tough to stay in coverage with that kind of time.
Butker now from 26, and what a job by Matt Ariza. Lost the handle on the football and was able to get it on its end. And Butker knocks it through from 26. Pretty good snap. Bengals going, why couldn't that have happened for us? 10-0 KC.
You're gonna like this story because it's about you. When does it start? With a flight time that works for you and him. Where does the story take place? Destinations far, far, far away, or ones you used to call home. And if you need to rewrite it, there's no fee to change your flight. Where should we go next? Well, that's up to you. Because when we built the world's biggest airline, we built it around you.
This is you, and this is your powerful hunch. The kind of hunch that hits hard during the game. The Eagles look strong, and while the game moves fast, with FanDuel, you're faster. This kicker doesn't miss. With FanDuel, it's easier than ever to place your bet before the next play, so you won't let a hunch go Farm. Winner, winner, lobster dinner.
New customers bet $5, get $300 in bonus bets if you win. FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook.
I have a surprise for you.
Oh, yes, please.
Feast your eyes on this.
That's sexy. It feels so new.
I want to feel this feeling again and again.
Can I hold it?
How bad do you want to hold it? Take note. Go ahead, press a button.
Oh, it's glowing.
That's intelligence. You should do this more often.
Rekindle the feeling of love with the new iPhone 16 Pro models. Feel it again and again with the latest iPhone every year with AT&T Next Up Anytime.
Or a TurboTax expert who charges me less but gives me more. Sing it, Adam.
It's time to move on to a TurboTax expert. This fall, switch to a TurboTax Live expert and we'll beat the price you paid your pro last tax season.
Wakey, wakey, it's Sunday morning football. Watch live as Trevor Lawrence and the Jags face Caleb Williams and the Bears. Jaguars Bears, Sunday, only on NFL Network.
Well, we'll see what kind of an answer Derek Carr and this offense for the Saints can come up with. So far, he's looked uncomfortable, not able to get set, can't find anybody downfield. He's thrown an interception, 10-0 Kansas City. And a return by Jamal Williams. Boy, he got hit hard at the 25 and falls forward near the 27. On that last possession for the Chiefs, Travis Kelce got hit up high on that left shoulder and in a bit of pain as he headed to the sideline prior to that third down play.
Yeah, what'd you say? 22, baby. And that one, I think, feel like 22 minutes look more like 35. I think that was.
Handoff here is to Jamal Williams. Short gain, maybe half a yard, back to the line of scrimmage. Derek Carr has thrown the pick. There are the first quarter numbers. First possession of this second quarter for New Orleans. He was under pressure when he threw the interception. Looked like he was trying to throw it out of bounds and just couldn't get anything on it. Or, as you said, a 50-50 ball. Brian Cook got the interception. Led to the Chiefs' touchdown. Carr looked right, now left, and he's got Juwan Johnson. Third down coming up.
Well, you talk about Derek Carr, and sometimes when you're a quarterback and you've had a history with an opponent, as he has, he's making his 18th start against the Kansas City Chiefs. He's only won 3 times against them, so he hasn't had a great deal of success, and he knows this stadium well. And he came into this game the way he has played here in this first half. He threw the deep ball into triple coverage. He had the interception on the 50-50 ball. He missed an open receiver that could have been a big play. Just has not settled in. And you wonder how much of his pass was brought in here tonight.
Third down and 6. That's Kamara, and that's a first down. Much needed for New Orleans, a gain of 10.
That's so good by Alvin Kamara. He does such a good job as a back. As you see him come off the field or come up the field, he does this also from the backfield. But see how he gets his shoulder square, and he has a two-way break. So the defender cannot overplay that, and he understands leverage. And you've got Drew Tranquil trying to come over and cover him, but he's on the inside. Kamara takes the outside break. Pretty easy completion and conversion.
Kamara, a yard. It's been a revolving door at coordinator for Derek Carr. 4 different ones over each of the last 4 seasons. Greg Olsen to Mick Lombardi to Pete Carmichael last year, and now Clint Kubiak. We talked about this on Monday Night Countdown. Kubiak is asking less of Derek Carr. He's not coming to the line, pointing out what the offensive line should do. He's just letting him play and play fast. Got off to that great start, trying to find that magic again. 14 yards, and it's Rashid Shaheed with the catch.
Well, Derek Carr, you talk about the things that he's doing differently within this offense. You're right. He was primarily a shotgun quarterback. He checked at the line of scrimmage. He set the protections. And this system that Clint Kubiak brings in that actually dates back to Mike Shanahan. And then, of course, his father, Gary Kubiak, in his time with Kyle Shanahan in San Francisco, they take a lot of it, the work off of the plate of the quarterback.
Kamara on first down runs into Mike Dana in a gain of 1.
And so he's basically taking the call that's made from Clint Kubiak and then going to the line and executing it. Now, he can make some changes because Kubiak understands he's a veteran quarterback. He's seen a lot, but for the most part, doesn't have near the control at the line that he has had in the past. Some quarterbacks wouldn't like that, some would. I think it's a good thing. I think the system is good for Derek Carr. I think it fits him. I think it fits this offense. And we saw that the first couple of weeks.
Able to step in. Shaheed. He's got it for the touchdown. And finally a connection downfield for Derek Carr. 43 yards to Rashid Shaheed. And the Saints are back in the ball game.
Well, they put Rashid Shaheed in the middle, and the Chiefs go with a two-deep look. And Derek Carr reads this one out just perfectly because now you've got this speedster in Shaheed, and he's taken the middle of the field where the weakness in that coverage was, and he just got to lay it out there and let Shaheed go get it, and they were able to. So they finally get the big play. Haven't had a lot of those this year, but a big timely one tonight.
And it's a 3-point game. Derek Carr much more comfortable that possession. And Rashid Shaheed, a track star in high school, turned on the Jets from 43 yards out. 3-point game. it up and gets to the 20. That's it. 16-yard return for Sky Moore, who still really has not figured a way to get involved in the offense for Kansas City. Let's go back to the touchdown.
Yeah, you see Rashid Shaheed and Brian Cook, and as Shaheed comes off the ball and he starts this nod to the corner right there, what it does to Cook and totally turns him around, and you see then how Shaheed is able to take the middle of the field. Just, it's an outstanding route, and Shaheed came into this league as really more of a return guy, and he's turned himself into a really outstanding receiver.
Yeah, great piece in our pregame on Monday Night Countdown, done by Michelle Beisner-Buck, about Rashid and his great family, and he had letters to run track from Harvard and Pepperdine, and you name it, but he wanted to play football, and he ends up going to Weber State. He just loved the game of football. Here he's a Pro Bowler last year as a returner.
I think he's one of the most underrated receivers in the game right now.
Wanye Morris, the left tackle for the Chiefs, is down and grabbing at his knee. We'll take a break and come back after this.
What's this? It's like no something to NIL deal. This lane injury and like the lane like Brian, the injury like mine, and the lane so bad. That's a triple threat. Couldn't we just tell people Aflac pays cash for expenses not covered by health insurance? We want people to understand how Aflac helps close that gap. We got to get you to think bigger, coach. Better be good.
Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover. Aflac is an official sponsor of ESPN College Game Day.
Terry's not gonna like this.
Open your eyes. You deserve better from your phone service. At Total Wireless, we're fixing that. No more hidden fees. No more surprises on your bill. You deserve to get it all. And that's exactly what we'll give you. Find your local store at TotalWireless.com.
Any questions?
How did you become the Capital One Bank guy?
What? I've always been passionate about no fees or minimums on checking accounts.
How do I get your job?
Hard work, dedication.
Capital One Bank's guy.
It's like Mr. Jeter said, hard work and dedication. What's been the highlight of your career? And that happened to be Red Guy, helping people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Hall of Fame. Didn't live in space.
What's in your wallet? Hey, Marco. How you doing, buddy?
Always wanted to be in a homecoming parade. I grew these flowers myself. More so, I grew them in person. Check this.
Changes in the air. It's a new era, new team ups, new stages set. Whose time is it? We'll see. This isn't last season. Nah. This time is different.
Well, Wanye Morris was able to get up and walk off the field under his own power, but they're checking the stability of the right knee over on the bench, so the rookie comes back in. Started the season as the left tackle, and Mahomes has to just throw it away. That's Kingsley Suamataia, second-round pick from BYU. And he's going to have his hands full. He started the first couple of weeks, then got pushed to the bench. Wanye Morris has taken over, but now it's back on the rookie.
Yeah, Suamataia, he's going to have his hands full, and we'll see whether or not the Saints can take advantage of it. That has been an area. We talked about Wanye Morris. He's down, but he had not fared a lot better than what Suamataia had the first couple of weeks. So that has been a tough spot for this Chiefs offensive line.
They're down and 6. Mahomes chased by Young. First down. Well, Patrick Mahomes at times looks like he can just have his way. Take a look at our total replay brought to you by Taco Bell.
Had a chance here for Xavier Worthy, and these are some of the shots that we heard Patrick Mahomes talk to Lisa Salters about before this game started, that there have been opportunities at times, and each of these games to get some of these big plays, these home run shots that were such a staple of this offense early on in Mahomes' tenure, and he just has not quite trusted it, not quite seen it, and turned it loose, and that was another opportunity missed.
Well, you talked a lot, Troy, about the safety play and what Mahomes is doing to him. Here is that total replay brought to you by Taco Bell.
He's been masterful tonight in really having a bead on what Dennis Allen is trying to do. When he's dropped in a safety, Mahomes has known it and they've thrown it. When they've stayed back in too deep, he's recognized what they're doing in those looks, and they've been able to run it. So he's just been one step ahead of this defense throughout this first half.
Juju Smith-Schuster caught that first down pass for 8. 2nd and 2. This is Worthy. Floated to perfection. And out of bounds inside the 45. 18 yards.
Well, as Worthy comes across, he gives a little bit of a nod there to Cam Jordan. It slows Jordan down just enough coming off that edge. And then Patrick Mahomes, having to navigate Jordan on the rush, is able to just drop it in over his head. That's a lot of what we had seen. We've got an injury now with the Saints.
Will Harris is on the Chiefs bench. Mahomes was actually the one running across to tell the Saints sideline that Will needed attention after that completion to Xavier Worthy. Let's take a break.
Think scaling your AI pilots is hard. Think again. With Watson X, you can deploy AI across any environment. Above the clouds and on lots of clouds. With your secure data on-prem, in real time on central board, and assistant bank tellers on the edge. Watson X helps you deploy AI wherever, so you can take your business wherever it needs to go. Dive in. Let's go.
First ever Monday Night Football game exclusively on ESPN Plus. Had this bad boy custom made for this exact moment. Both cards in contact. Who got it better than me? Nobody.
Here's the injury that occurred to Will Harris. He just kind of pulled up and went down on the sideline. He was able to get up a moment ago and got back to the New Orleans side, limping across the field. Meanwhile, Wanye Morris is back in the game at left tackle for the Chiefs. And Jonathan Abram, a former Raider who was just elevated from the practice squad, is in the game for Will Harris, as Kareem Hunt is brought down by Carl Granderson after a gain of 3.
I mentioned Carl Granderson a little bit earlier on one of those plays, and he has really been outstanding. He does a nice job on that play there, playing the run, but he's been really good at getting pressure on the quarterback. He's second in the NFL coming into this game in quarterback pressures, which is really something. Carl got his opportunity really when Marcus Davenport left and went to Minnesota a year ago, and he's made the most of it.
4 tight ends in the game, and one of them named Travis Kelce makes the catch for a first down.
Yeah, they go 4 tight ends, 3 to the left. They go trips with the tight end to the left. They got the other tight end, Noah Gray, to the right, helping in protection. The 2 clear out, and Kelce takes it to the sidelines. And, you know, it was interesting in visiting with Andy Reid. He was very confident that we have the people that we need on this roster right now to have success, and he's dialed up some different looks.
Here's a play that doesn't work, and luckily for the Chiefs, Worthy is able to get on it as Carson Steele was trying to hand it to him, and Alontae Taylor, who's off to a great start, blew up that play.
Well, Alontae Taylor is an impressive guy. He plays this position. They bring him a lot. They timed up the blitz off the edge perfectly for this play. And Carson Steele, he's got to know better. I mean, you just got to be smarter with the football. Now, he had a fumble last week that pretty much put him on the bench and allowed Kareem Hunt to have the day that he had against the Chargers. But
Here's pressure on Mahomes, steps through it. Flag on the play, and Mahomes gets drilled by Alontae Taylor. And it's a hold against Kansas City, so after a loss on that gadget play of 14, they're going to go back even further.
yeah, they're going to back up a little bit more.
Holding. Offense. Number 65. 10-yard penalty. Second down.
It's on right guard Trey Smith, but take a look at it. He's tagged there. It's all over him, but you've got Patrick Mahomes, Alontae Taylor. We just talked about him. This guy is physical. I'm so impressed with him. He's got 3.5 sacks coming into this game. He had 3 of them against Carolina, but they blitzed him 14 times already this year, and he loves contact.
It's second down in Overland Park. 34 yards to be exact. And a catch and run of Juju Smith-Schuster. Third and long coming up.
They do have a wide receiver they're going to throw the football to.
They drop one off to Worthy, out with the Smith-Schuster. But otherwise, it's Hunt and tight ends.
A lot of tight ends.
If you like tight end play, this is your game. They're down at 22. There's a tight end, Kelce. Got a long way to go, and he pitches to P. Ryan. And out of bounds near a first down. Just short. Crowd loved it.
Yeah, they loved it. And I don't think this was designed, but you saw Kelce immediately. You could tell he was looking for somebody. And P. Ryan, he is helping in protection to help secure the edge. And then he just leaks out. And when Kelce's got the ball, you never know who might end up with it at the end of a play.
Timeout is taken as the Chiefs line up to go for it on 4th and 1. The Saints call timeout. What was it? Second down and 34. And now it's 4th down and 1. I don't know if that was not a planned play. That looked pretty slick.
It was pretty slick, but we've seen Kelce a few times when he's had the ball, and he is always looking to see if there's somebody. I think, you know, we've watched him practice before some of these Super Bowls and stuff, and they do a lot of that in practice. And I don't think it was designed. I think P. Ryan was just kind of trailing the play, and Kelce sees him, and he turns it loose. But P. Ryan initially he was blocking and didn't look like there was a lot of urgency on his part. I don't know, I may be totally wrong, but it didn't seem. Although Kelce, once he caught the ball, it sure looked like he had those thoughts in his mind.
Seen a couple teams do that already this season. Saw it last week in Detroit. On 4th down, Hunt gets the first down. From 2nd and 34 to 3rd and 22 to 4th and
contigo this month and every day.
Looking for a job is lonely. Endless searching, phone calls that go nowhere, applications that vanish into thin air. What if you could link with dozens of local companies who are hiring right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. One call, one application, and no fees ever for job seekers. One connection, endless opportunities. Express Employment Professionals.
Score the game.
Coming up on the All-State halftime, Ryan Clark and Jason Kelsey's first half reactions. Chris Berman's fastest 3 minutes. Coming up, we're 2 minutes away, at least on the game clock from that. It's a second down for Kansas City with ball at the Saints 19. Mahomes is finally corralled and brought to the ground by Chase Young on a one-year prove-it deal, and his head coach Dennis Allen said he's had a lot of pressures, but he's got to get sacks, and he gets one here.
Yeah, he just has to finish, and he had not been able to. And we mentioned Wanye Morris had left the game for a little bit. He comes back in. He's the one who gives up the sack. Now they've got the back to that side. He free releases out of the backfield. Thought maybe he might help Morris out, give him at least a little bit of a chip. They're on 2nd and long.
Timeout is taken by the Saints before 3rd down and 14. When we see the Saints, we think of our friend, and Troy, your very good friend, Mike Ornstein, who passed away in July. Longtime Raiders executive, ties to the Saints organization, so close with Sean Payton, and assisted the team when they won Super Bowl 44 back in 09.
Rumble and YouTube. Let's get you guys in the chat. Let's see what you guys are thinking about this game. We got
3rd down and 14.
A game here, thankfully. It looked like the Chiefs
Mahomes
were gonna
drops
take
it off for
with
P.
that,
Ryan.
but
Long way to go.
The Saints came back.
And
after
he
that
will
first
not
pick
get the
by
first down.
Derek Carr, I feared
A
it was
gain
gonna
of
be a
9.
blowout.
And
my
the field
money
goal
had been
unit
wasted,
comes
but
on,
no.
and for Dennis Allen, at least
Good to go.
his defense gets a stop and forces the field goal try.
I'll follow up on honoring Mike Ornstein and what he meant to the New Orleans Saints, really what he meant to the NFL. And there's a lot of people out there tonight that have ties to the National Football League and knew Orney exceptionally well. And I can speak for all of them and say that there was no one else like him. As you know, Joe, he was quite a character, and he is deeply missed by all.
Yeah, definitely one of a kind. And the Saints, when he was working for the Saints with Sean Payton, they had no bigger fan. In fact, he would text us during games, "Why are you rooting for the other team?" Basically berating us because we were too nice to whoever the Saints were playing in that
To
given
me,
game.
this is a win for
a
the
cherished friend
the Saints.
by so many, and he'll never be replaced, that's for sure.
34-yard try here for Butker.
Right here,
2 for 2 on the night.
stopping them to a field goal, to be
And it's a
precise.
6-point game.
Not the poor guy that passed away. Jeez.
Saints took
Bad
their
time.
last timeout, so they are without a timeout, but they have a minute 32 to do something about this 6-point Kansas City lead.
Well, it's been a lot of Kansas City, but the fact that the Saints, as they look at it, it's a one-possession game. I would have to believe they feel pretty good about that.
Well, they do and they don't.
You
They've
got
had
Harrison
a
Butker,
struggle in one-possession
the,
games, and the way they've finished.
controversial
they're 1-7
kicker.
over their last
Not really
8
controversial,
one-score
but
games under Dennis
they like
Allen,
to say
8 and
he's
14
controversial.
overall. Travis Kelce is lapping the field with catching passes
Just talking
from Patrick
about
Mahomes. Meanwhile, Kansas City,
things that have
they've got
nothing
a
to do with
10-game winning
football
streak going, and they've
sometimes
won
get you
7
in trouble
straight
no matter what you say.
one-score games.
Well, if Dennis Allen and this Saints team are going to get where they hope to go, that's going to have to change on their end.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he's going to take it.
Williams thought about it.
The kickoff,
He's
he
at least able to
hesitated
get it
for a
across
second,
the
but he
20
took
to
it.
the 21. All right, for
And he
people
probably
of a
should have
certain
just
age, you'll
kneeled
enjoy
it.
this. I'm of that certain age. The Chiefs entered the season with hungry skilled players, and they were eating up touches, but we've seen major changes. And if you notice, Kelsey on the right he's not getting anything.
No.
He's got
This
the
new
fewest
kickoff
catches
still
and
has me a little
touchdowns through 4
curious
games.
about
It's
what
been a
the
different
heck is
story
going
the
on
last
with
couple of
that.
games, but they don't have Hollywood
I don't really
Brown.
understand
They
it. They
don't
got
have
that
Isaiah
stupid
Pacheco, and
green
now they don't
square
have
on the screen.
Rashee Rice.
So we got Derek Carr
He's
taking
getting
it back.
fed tonight.
He sure is.
He throws it up. It's way up, way up.
Deep shot
Oh, it's caught but out of
but out
bounds.
of bounds by Mason
Gosh,
Tipton.
dang, right on the sideline.
Tried to air it out twice to
Impressive.
him tonight, 0 for 2 on those deep throws, and it's 2nd and 10.
Well, Tipton is a guy who,
Darn,
they
it
play
was
a lot
right
of
there.
3 wide receivers. Second fewest snaps of 3 wide receivers in the NFL, but when they do employ a third guy, Tipton is the one who's usually the targeted, the most targeted.
So that was
one who
Mason
comes in off
Tipton
the bench.
with
He's got great speed and got
almost
great big
40-yard
playability.
bomb.
On
Catch.
2nd down and 10, Carr protected. Juwan Johnson makes a
Too
catch.
bad he couldn't bring it in. That would have been
Strong
pretty darn
tackle by
exciting.
Justin Reed.
Really good by Justin Reed because
Minute
he had an
14 left.
opportunity. If Reed doesn't get him to the ground, probably picks up
In
the first
this
down.
And now a Chiefs timeout.
second half, until the second half,
It's going to be
the
3rd
Saints
down
have
and
no
long for New
timeouts.
Orleans,
The
trailing
Chiefs
by
have 2
6.
timeouts.
Yeah, well,
So let's see if that
becomes
comes into
the
play.
dilemma offensively. It started here on the return, and they
Oh, they're showing the
see,
replay of
Jamal
the kickoff, and it
Williams.
looks like he kneeled
Almost
at the
touched
1
it.
yard, the
Down,
1
and
inch
somehow it stayed up.
marker,
He took it to
but
the
they didn't call it.
21.
That could have been really
Ball
bad.
is
What an
sitting
idiot.
at the
He's going to get
24,
chewed out.
and it's
So
3rd and
1 minute
7.
and 14 seconds left. Derek Carr is in the shotgun. He gets it,
Pressure.
drops it off in a screen, and he gets nailed right away. Alvin Kamara cannot make anything
Slipped
from it.
out. And a loss of 3.
Oh, actually, that's
Boy, that was not a good
Johnson.
series for the Saints offensively. Bolden, he
Oh, no,
sees
that
it
was
the
Alvin
entire
Kamara.
way. He
Alvin
is
Kamara
showing
minus
that he's
3.
gonna blitz. He's going to come out, but he recognizes immediately it's a screen.
So we're
and
at
he comes
4th and
out he
10.
makes a
They're
big
going to give the
tackle on
Saints a
Kamara. I was
chance to
gonna
get
say
another field
earlier
goal,
that
of course, right?
The dilemma for the Saints is, yeah, you want to try to come away with some points before the half. There's over a minute
The
to
Saints
play.
fans are all
But
up.
when
They're
you
giving
don't
the
get
tomahawk
it, you're all of a
chop,
sudden
and they
put
are
your
pumped.
defense in a really tough position. You're going to give the ball back to the Saints. They're going to have the Chiefs with outstanding field position, 1 timeout, and plenty of time on the clock to extend their lead.
That was a 3 and out that took 20 seconds.
With
off
a
the
minute
clock.
10 left, you would think that they would have had some better play calls. They should have just dropped it off
spent
3
their
times and
second
kept
timeout,
the
so a minute
clock
10.
running. Don't give them any chances to get another score before they go into the half.
Hayball will punt it, the rookie.
This just feels like a
Well, they're hoping Hayball hits a career
typical
long
Saints
punt right here.
team game and this typical Chiefs game.
End over end.
They're just kind of relax,
Hardman back near the
and keep
31.
it close, but if you're going to beat the Chiefs, you got to be at least up 2 scores.
Across the 30 and out of
So the
bounds.
punt returner takes it
Near the
about
36.
7 yards across the whole field.
Our ABC College Football Saturday features 3 great SEC matchups.
Ooh, we got some good
South
college
Carolina
games
against
coming
number
up.
7 Alabama.
South Carolina at Alabama.
After their loss to
Number
Vanderbilt.
7
That's at
Alabama.
noon.
Boy, did they
Number
drop
1
after that
Texas,
loss
number
to
18 Oklahoma
Vanderbilt.
at 3:30. Number 9 Ole Miss.
Then you got
against
Texas
number
and
13
Oklahoma.
LSU at 7:30.
I don't know how good that's going to be.
I'm looking forward to your Hoosiers.
Don't expect much from
watching that
Oklahoma,
play.
but then again, I didn't expect
It's a
anything from
Cincinnati.
Vandy.
It's going to be a weekly
So
thing.
Patrick
6-0
Mahomes
Hoosiers. I mean, come on.
gets the ball, he
Who
gets the
knew?
snap,
He's become the biggest fan. Here
throws
is an
a
incompletion
terrible
for
pass
Worthy with Alontae
That
Taylor
was
right there, stride
to
for
no
stride.
one. There was
Well, we'll
one
see
guy
what
coming
Dennis
across
Allen
the
and this
field,
defense can
not
do.
even
this
in
this would be big if they're able to
5-yard
hold
radius.
Andy Reid in this offense from getting any more points here before the end of the half. And, you know, remember that the
So that was ugly.
New Orleans Saints, they won the coin toss. They elected to receive the ball. And so Kansas City will also get the ball to start the third quarter.
Extra men on the rush. Mahomes, Smith.
Oh, big catch. And a run after the catch. They're going to get that field goal. Juju Smith-Schuster with a 31-yard catch. Holy smokes. That's exactly what you expect, right? It seems like it. It seems like that Mr. Yuppies, Chimney, something like that. I can't really understand this name. But he says Chiefs are just toying with them. It looks like that. Oh, he knocks it down. Chimoy? I'm not really sure. I can't really. Some of these names are weird here that we have in the chat today. So I'm looking at this, and Patrick Mahomes, no gain. They're on the 33, so the possibility for a field goal. 16 for 22. Patrick Mahomes has 191 yards. He's in the shotgun again. He drops back about 10 yards, runs to the left, and he makes the completion on the sideline. But the clock's going to keep running. He was pushed out of bounds backwards, so the forward progress keeps a clock going. Yep, he's definitely in bounds. So that's about a 7-yard reception. So here we go again. They're coming up to the line of scrimmage. Juju's in motion. Gets the snap, drop off about 5 yards, and he runs for another 5 yards. Unbelievable. So a 7-yard, then an 8-yard. And now they are in the red zone. So getting pretty scary if you're a Saints fan. And if you have $50 on the Saints winning this game like I do. 27 seconds left in the game. Left in the second half, second quarter. $27 of defense. That's all you need. Come on. 1 sack, something. And then you get to go to the locker room and have yourself a Coca-Cola or some bull crap like that. Come on, Saints defense. Let's go. So they got 4-man rushing and 4-man rush. Everyone's back. And still, the Chiefs find someone for about 8 yards. You find Kelsey. Drops it off 5 yards and he runs for another 3. They're moving this ball slowly but surely towards the touchdown. Not looking good. You cannot let them score a touchdown. I mean, you can't even let them score a field goal, but that ship has sailed. Okay, Mahomes, he runs to the left side and he throws it out of bounds. So we're still sitting here waiting for something to happen. Waiting for this second quarter to end. It's 4th and 1, 15 seconds. You got to kick it. I mean, there's no question about it. So I'm a little ahead, but So on third down, Mahomes didn't have anything either. He threw it out of bounds. So that leaves them with 4th and 1, 15 seconds. Let's see. Bing, bing, bing. They are lining up to kick it. Our boy Harrison, Mr. Butker, he is setting it up. Takes his steps backwards, lines up the kick, snap, and it's good. MAGA 2069, holy smokes. I don't know about that, brother. 2069, are we talking about, who's the tall guy, Baron? That's an interesting step. Who's that going to be? That might be Baron's son. That's a long ways away. That might be you, Mr. Sanchez. I believe it's Sanchez. I can't read some of these names. Odd names. Some of these names are really odd that they're having in the chat here. But Harrison Butker is going to kick it off after he achieves 3 points on the drive. Let's see. So they're moving the ball down the field, but he gets pushed out of bounds. No good. So we're going to halftime, 7-16. It's still a game. Unfortunately, 2 possessions for the Saints. As we like to say where I'm from, no bueno. Mr. Sanchez says, watch the Saints win this game. Road, laugh my ASS off. Rodolo. Thank you for the chat. Thank you for the whatchamacall, the money. Fantastic. Let's see. I'm going to finish the rest of my bourbon pecan pie. Oh yeah, absolutely. Thanks for chiming in. We appreciate your sending in your comments. And we see a little emoji of a guy screaming. I don't know if that's supposed to be eating, but it doesn't. Or it looks like it's spraying water on his face. So maybe he's waking up for this game. I don't know if you guys have voted in the live poll that we have in the chat, but go ahead and hit that up. Let me see something real quick. So I don't know if you guys bet on this game, but if you did, which way did you bet? It's -4. I just thought that was too much to give to the Chiefs. I know they're at home, and New Orleans is a indoor team. Derek Carr does not shine bright in the big lights, but gosh dang, this is ridiculous. They're showing a replay of that first touchdown for the Chiefs. Let's see if we can get some of our right. So we're working on getting a guest in here for the game. Let's see what we got. Versus Bing Bing Bing. Hold on a second.
begin with the people we love. This month, we celebrate us, our time together, our spirit, and our community. Contigo this month and every day.
New Downy Comfy Cozy combines softness and scent to unlock an elevated cozy we call Cozy. A higher state of comfort, unlocked by blending comfy softness and cozy scent. Transform.
Mahomes in trouble, and he unloads to Gray. Catch and run for a first down. Pressure by Marshawn Lattimore, and Gray is there for a 15-yard pickup.
Watch what the play action does to the linebackers, and then Gray comes in behind it. So you've got the running game going. That's how it all ties in. You get the running game going on the first 5 plays or so, running the ball, getting some nice first downs. Then you come back with play action, get the linebackers reacting to it. Just pretty fun to play when you've got it going the way Kansas City does right now.
Another run, punt, brought down this time. Well played by Brzee. Think about how this season started, or the offseason. They add Hollywood Brown. He's a deep threat. He can fly. They trade up to get Xavier Worthy, who set a combine record for the 40-yard dash. They have Rashee Rice. They don't have Hollywood Brown now. They obviously don't have Rashee Rice. They don't have Pacheco. And now they're handing the ball off, finding tight ends, and it's a total reversal of what Andy Reid expected to do. And Mahomes just able to get rid of it and avoid the sack. Cam Jordan had pressure and had his arms around the legs of Patrick Mahomes, but the incompletion.
And I think with Kelce, he was in the vicinity. Some may be saying, hey, was he outside the tackle box? Should that have been intentional grounding? I don't believe so. Kelce, you're going to see the ball come bouncing in there off of him. But, yeah, I think it just – people talk about it each week, about Andy Reid and how creative he can be, and what he has done tonight, utilizing these tight ends the way he has been pretty good.
Here's one for Worthy. Contact, no flag, incomplete.
Wow.
Paulson Adebo, who has been flagged quite a bit this season, was back there in coverage, and the crowd wanted a flag.
I thought there was going to be a flag. Yeah, I thought, as I'm with you, Joe, when I saw it and even looking at the replay, I thought we'd see a flag and pass interference on it.
Yeah, Troy, I'm 100% with you. He initiates contact before he's playing the ball, turns around his head too late. That's a foul, in my opinion.
The voice of Russell Yerk, and so no flag is the result. And now a 51-yard try by Butker. He misses it, hits the right upright. So mark that down. No flag on the coverage by Adebo on Xavier Worthy downfield. And the 51-yard try by Butker, no good. It stays a 9-point game in Kansas City.
Target Circle Week is here, folks. Get ready for 7 days of big deals.
I want to talk about the Godot.
The Go.
No, the Godot. The greatest deal of all time.
For me, it's the KitchenAid mixer.
No.
You don't even bake.
It's
It's
35% off.
You know what? Let's toss it over to Gina.
Everyone's loving these automatic deals, guys.
40% off.
Oh, he is cleaning up the savings. 30% off?
Yes, please.
Well, there you have it.
7 days of big deals. I'm getting my big deal right now.
I have type 2 diabetes, but I manage it well. It's a little pill with a big story to tell. I take once daily Jardiance at each day's start. As time went on, it was easy to see I'm lowering my A1C.
Jardiance works 24/7 in your body to flush out some sugar. And for adults with type 2 diabetes and known heart disease, Jardiance can lower the risk of cardiovascular death too.
Serious side effects may include ketoacidosis that may be fatal, dehydration that can lead to sudden worsening of kidney function, and genital yeast or urinary tract infections. A rare life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this infection, ketoacidosis, or an allergic reaction. You may have increased risk for lower limb loss. Call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of infection in your legs or feet. Taking Jardiance with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar.
Jardiance is really swell, the little pill with the big story to tell.
All right, we got your home and auto bundled, and you saved hundreds.
Oh, that's nice with the economy and all.
What's the economy?
Where we start.
What isn't the economy?
Yes.
Right.
It is. It's so many things.
Right.
Look, all you really need to know is that Progressive can save you money without sacrificing quality coverage. You follow?
I'll just look it up.
Rodgers has wide open, touchdown. First down carry for Kamara, right side, as we welcome you back to GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium. After that missed field goal, the best starting field position for the Saints, and a 3-yard pickup by Kamara, who has been pretty well bottled up here tonight.
No, and that's key. They've got to get him going a little bit, but the Saints trying to change things up with the tempo a little bit, getting right back on the line of scrimmage.
Here he is again, and just lost his footing getting through the line of scrimmage. They mark him at the 45, and a gain of just 1.
You know, we know what the Saints want to do, and that is run the football. You mentioned it earlier in this game, Joe. They lead the NFL in terms of rushing percentage. Nobody runs it more than they do, but yet they haven't been able to get it going. Now, we knew coming in that was going to be a challenge against this defense. Outside of week 1 with Baltimore, when they gave up 185 yards, I mean, they have shut down. They shut down Cincinnati, Atlanta, and the Chargers, and so they're pretty stingy when it comes to allowing teams to run the football on them.
Third down. Carr has to pull it down and is able to complete for the first down. That's Foster Moreau on the grab, a gain of 7, and boy, the Saints just able to pick it up.
Yeah, got just enough time. You're going to see Derek Carr's working to the left. He was trying to find Olave. He had a chance if he turned it loose, but didn't quite like it. Came back, got Moreau for the first down.
Kamara on the toss. Bolton ends up finishing up. Karlaftis was in there as well, and a gain of 3.
Yeah, they got a little urgency to them right now, and part of, I think, being a good offense is controlling tempo, and it doesn't always mean that you play fast. They're doing a little bit of this, what they call a sugar huddle right now, to where, you know, they're pretty close to the line of scrimmage, get the play called, get to the line of scrimmage, but Carr's also been a little bit faster. So speed up, slow down, change it up a little bit, keep the defense guessing some.
Play action from Carr, protection, deep shot, and off the right hand of Shaheed. And back into 3rd and long they go. Trent McDuffie, who's playing corner as well as anybody in the league, was there.
He really is. He has been outstanding. One of the best corners through the first part of this season in all of the NFL. And this is a pretty good test against both Shaheed as well as Olave in the ability that they have to create separation. Now, the guy who we haven't really talked about tonight is Chris Jones, and I thought he was going to be a handful coming into this game with some of the issues that they had 2 weeks ago against Philadelphia.
3rd down and 7. Flag on the play. Pass is caught by Tipton. First down for now. And they're pointing New Orleans' way.
Illegal shift. Offense. Number 12 was never set. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
So that takes the first down away is Chris Olave, who's in his 3rd year from Ohio State. Was just kind of drifting at the snap. And it makes it 3rd down and 12. Carr in trouble. Down he goes. Tershawn Wharton. And a big penalty is called on Olave to take the first down away, and then this Kansas City defensive front went to work.
Well, then they do what Spagnuolo's defenses do. They show all-out blitz. They end up rushing 4, drop a guy out. But yeah, just a costly penalty on Olave. Not only do they give up the first down, but they're right on the fringe of field goal range as well. So it backs them up, then they take the sack, and now they're forced to punt.
First full sack of the season for Wharton. Here is Hardman, some room in front of him. And not anymore. Tershawn Wharton, who played at Missouri Science and Technology, a minor, gets the sack. Chiefs ball up 9.
Coach Gecko.
Coach G. Laura, Dan, I didn't realize the media would be here.
No, this isn't for work. We're just really big fans.
And we're scouting for our fantasy insurance teams.
Geico has all the top prospects and 97% satisfaction rating. That's unreal.
Oh my gosh, it's true. True! Smells like insurance.
Suppose Geico does have devoted fans. It's not weird.
Jade, sign my arm.
For savings and service, get more with Geico.
She only signs claims checks.
I'm from here. I'm from there.
Somos familia de la liga y más allá de la sangre. Somos caribeños, papá.
The new Hyundai Elantra with America's best warranty. There's joy in every journey. Get 1.99% APR for 60 months or up to 500 bonus on the Hyundai Elantra. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today.
Starting from the 16-yard line. We're starting field position for the Chiefs. Here is a catch by Hardman. That's his first catch. Not just of the night, but of the year. And we see who's designing success. Brought to you by KFC.
Well, you see some of these looks that Mahomes has gotten from the Saints, and yet he's been able to decipher through it. Some of that has been the protection, of course, but I think the team in general has done an excellent job of seeing the looks, blocking it up, and then Mahomes getting through his reads and finding the uncovered receiver.
Here's Hunt trying to pick his way through defenders, and he's got a first down.
Yeah, it's good, tough running. I mean, this doesn't even look like the same guy that I saw in Cleveland, and you can just tell that coming home to Kansas City in a place where he got his career started, as you said earlier, Joe, and him being so happy to be back here, he's making the most of it. I mean, he's got a little bit more to him. He's got a little more explosiveness, a little bit more of a burst than what I had seen. I saw it last week, and he's shown it again tonight.
Here's Worthy led up the field on that throw by Mahomes. And a catch and run, a nice pickup on first down of 6.
I think what we're also seeing from the Saints is this has been a heavy man coverage team coming into this game. They play basically as much man as anybody in football, and yet tonight against this group, kind of surprising. They've played way more zone coverage, and you'd think they feel good about matching up with Kansas City.
4 tight ends in the game again, and Hunt is forward for what looks to be enough for a first down, he says, hoping that the yellow line is accurate, hoping that the spotting of the football is right, as does Mahomes.
You know, the other part that I thought was interesting in talking with Andy Reid in saying that he really wasn't sure. He knew that Kareem Hunt was going to carry the load.
To the line to gain. Be third down.
Now they're going to say he's just short, and it's third down.
Well, it's third down and 7 index cards. Here is Carson Steele, first down, Kansas City.
So, you know, in visiting with Andy Reid, we knew Kareem Hunt was going to carry the bulk of the load again tonight, but he wasn't real sure what that might look like, primarily because he wasn't sure how sore Kareem Hunt might be after last week's load, you know, and kind of play it by ear that he was getting more work than what he was accustomed to. But he's certainly not going to show it if he is a little sore and beat up, because he's taking advantage of the opportunity he's been given.
I think the great play callers, they'd love to have all their guys, but I also think they kind of like the challenge.
I couldn't agree more.
And I think Andy Reid says, okay, we don't have this guy, this guy, this guy. Watch this. Watch this. Worthy, a flag, and that's a Debo. One of the few times they've aired it out tonight. Pass interference against a Debo.
Pass interference. Defense, number 29. Ball's placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic. First down.
Hard to run with Xavier Worthy with his speed, and Patrick Mahomes knows that he's got to give it everything he has, and that's a wind-up like he's out there in deep center field trying to hit all the way to home plate. That we saw it last week. He just turned it loose and let Worthy go run underneath it, and with that action in the backfield, he really had to let it go, and this time Adebo gets called.
Paulson Adebo called for a 46-yard pass interference, a big one last week on that 30-yarder late to help set up a game-winning field goal by Younghoe Koo, a 58-yarder, and a heartbreaking loss for the Saints. Here's a toss to Worthy. Not much, and then he gets hit by Lattimore. No flag, and that was awfully close.
Well, it is October. I'll continue with the baseball analogies. Paulson Adebo, in visiting with Dennis Allen about these penalties that he's been given, you know, he's in a little bit of a slump. And Dennis Allen said he's in a hitter slump, and he's just got to kind of play his way through it. He's a good player, had a good year last year, and has done some good things, but he has gotten the penalty bug, and when that happens, he's going to get a lot of targets because playing opposite of Lattimore.
Here's Hardman, second catch. He is on a body for a first down. Demario Davis was there. Got a good block from his tight ends out in front of him. Jonathan Abram, a former first-round pick who's in the game, and nice effort by Hardman for the first down.
Yeah, and Kelsey, watch him, 87. He's the one who kind of gives him a nudge here at the end of this play that gets him over the first down line. 22, baby.
Feel like I'm 22, baby. This is where it's bogged down for the Chiefs. Toss to Kelsey, and he got hit hard.
Boy, he did. He did. That was helmet to helmet right there. That was a pretty good lick.
Colin Saunders, whose brother Cameron is a backup dancer for Taylor Swift on her Eras tour, was in there and made the hit on Kelsey. And
that's one Kelsey felt, I'll promise you.
Carson Steele checks in Kansas City with late substitutions, calls a timeout.
Timeout.
Going to say it again. Colin Saunders' brother Cameron, who went to UMKC, Missouri, Kansas City, is a backup dancer for Taylor Swift on the Eras tour. Colin was asked, who is Cameron rooting for? He said, that's his boss. I'm his brother. I was here first. And Colin just delivered that hit on Travis Kelce.
So he really didn't answer it, you know.
I mean, he just delivered a hit on Travis Kelce, his brother's boss.
That's right.
By his own words.
Yes.
There's Cameron. 2nd and goal.
It's just all one big family here at Arrowhead tonight.
Sure is. Smith-Schuster, and there he is, Colin Saunders.
And he took it out.
Big Colin rumbling, and out across the 35. And his brother Cameron's got to be pumped. He made the hit on Kelce, and then on the ball out of the arms of Smith-Schuster.
Normally you would say go down. Right there, go down. You get the ball out on the 20. He says no way.
No. A return of 37 yards.
And he's got some wheels.
He does. Boy, that could be a game-changing play. That changes the complexion of everything. What a play, Colin Saunders' first career pick.
I was so excited when I heard the sandwich was back. I was like, Cloud 9. 2 words, Cloud 9. What's up? This is Mike.
And this is Celia.
And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Honey Pepper Pimento Chicken Sandwich
Is the symphony of flavors. You can always count on that crispy, tender, juicy chicken, and it's got pickled jalapenos, and it's so good.
My favorite part is the pimento cheese. Topped off with the honey, it all comes together perfectly. I like the original.
I like the spicy chicken fillet, but either way,
You're getting a winner.
real customers paid for their testimonials.
What y'all doing out there?
Check it out.
Taking bribes. Proud of y'all.
We go on and on and on and on and on.
People are into it. Fire.
It's such a vibe.
The #1 toothpaste brand in America, Crest. These are my teeth. A few are flat.
Others are straight, crooked, and capped. No matter what kind of teeth, you gotta brush.
Connor McGovern, who was just signed this week off the Jets practice squad. The game at center for the Saints as Lucas Patrick has been injured. So more changes on the offensive line. Carr running for his life, and Shaheed with a catch and out of bounds. And let's go back to the interception by Saunders.
Well, Saunders, first of all, he sees the ball thrown. Good things happen around the football. So he's pursuing the football, and he's there to take the deflection. Now watch this at the end. Ball in the left arm, where you want it, on the left sideline. Worthy trying to knock it out, and he's got it high and tight. There's some running back in his background to run the ball the way that he just did. I mean, he made the big hit on Kelce. He's there at the football, makes the interception. That might be the turning point in this game.
2nd down and 3. Carr wants to air it out. He finds Shaheed. Flag on the play in the secondary.
I think it's going to be on the Chiefs. It looked like they grabbed Olave, but good protection for Derek Carr. Yeah, get some oxygen.
He had no picks, by the way. But here's the hold. The call is against Trent McDuffie. Colin Saunders had no picks at Western Illinois either. So what a moment, but he acted like he'd been there before.
There was a lot of good things that he did on that possession, and first and foremost, rallying to the football put him in a position to make the interception.
And this play gets shut down.
After replay assist, the runner went out of bounds at the 37-yard line.
So they move the football 5 yards. There's only 46 seconds left
Game
in the
clock operator,
third.
please put 104 on the game clock, please. 104, and it will start on my ready.
It was Shaheed for 21 yards and a first down at the 37. Good protection. Kamara got 10 and then gets thrown to the ground. McDuffie in on the stop. See where they mark it. He was close to first down yardage, maybe just a little short.
Here's Chris Jones here. They're going to work the center, Connor McGovern, and then the right guard are going to work his way. And this has been throughout the night. He's used to getting the double teams, as we know, but we've not talked about Chris Jones tonight. The Saints have handled him in this ball game and have not allowed him to be a factor.
Second down and 1, and this thing got blown up by Chris Jones.
Yeah, well, that's usually how it works.
Well, we'll give you some earlier looks at what Chris has done tonight. He just made that play. But here's how the Saints have tried to handle big number 95. Timeout taken by the Saints before this third down and 1. Back in 30 seconds after a word from Nationwide.
Did you know Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company? They're one of America's largest financial services companies, too.
Kamara gets the first down. And there's going to be a first down. It's an offside against Kansas City.
Yeah, I was sitting here watching that before the snap, Joe, and you see they're in the neutral zone is why they got the penalty.
Offside, defense number 95. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. The yardage is enough for a first down.
But you're watching that at 3rd and 1. If they don't make it there, you know, what decision is Dennis Allen going to make? Is he going to kick the 3-point field goal and make it a 1-possession game, or was he going to go for it? I'd be curious as to what he might have been thinking at that time. We don't have to worry about it now.
You can ask him after the game.
At the press conference.
Lucas Patrick on the sideline. End of the quarter upon us as Carr has to throw it right into the ground, and there's Chris Jones again. He has the ability, Chris Jones, the premier defensive tackle in the game, to just take over. And right now it looks like he's determined to take over this game.
Well, and they're trying to get Connor McGovern over to his side. Again, he gets held up a little bit because of the scheme. Connor thought the linebacker was coming, so he was late getting over to help his guard. And that's why Chris Jones was able to split it.
The reigning AFC Defensive Player of the Week with his 2 sacks last week.
He's over on the left side now. Chris Jones.
So the Saints step up to the line of scrimmage. Derek Carr back. He drops it off to Kamara. Kamara runs about 10, 12, 13 yards. They are deep in the red zone. Looks like we are going to finish this quarter
number 3.
very strong. 14 yards to Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, it's been a good fight.
We got a game
so far. 9-point game. Saints on the move. Fourth quarter coming up.
Knock, knock. Number one broker here for the number one hitmaker.
Thanks for swinging by, Carl.
No problem. So what are all those for?
This lets me adjust the bass, add more guitar, maybe some drums.
Wow, so many choices.
Yeah, like Schwab. I can get full service.
Let's get some music in here. Start this off a little bit fresh. Fourth quarter, we got the Saints in the red zone, 7-16. They can make it a one-possession game, anybody's game after this. But everyone knows this is Patrick Mahomes' prime time. This is what he does every time. Now it's regular season, so he doesn't always play this this role, but hopefully he'll give us some kind of break here. There's really been an inconsistency on the side of the Saints. Just these turnovers and these lackluster plays. But ever since that interception in the red zone a couple minutes ago, they look like they have some kind of energy about them. But it's a two-possession game, so that's gotta give them some comfort knowing that they have this little bit of space between them. Kareem Hunt has 18 attempts for 76 yards for the Chiefs. And Mahomes sitting at 253 yards for the day. Gosh dang. Ain't messing around. One interception, but that was in the red zone, so it's just kind of like a punt. It's not going to hurt you as bad as Derek Carr's interception did. That was brutal. Derek Carr sitting at 143, 1 touchdown and 1 interception, and it looks like someone's going to get one right here in the red zone. They're on the Kansas City 9, and the game is back. Let's see. So the fourth quarter, Derek Carr hands off to Kamara. He goes down the right side and he gets about 2 yards. Two yards, not pushing too hard. He hit a wall basically. So I don't know what you're gonna do with that, Mr. No Taysom Hill in this game. He's injured, so they got it on the Kansas City 6. And what do you do here? Do you go for another run? Okay, Carr steps back, 7 steps, floats it in the air, wide open to Moreau, the tight end. Beautiful play. It looks like they kind of did a little play action there because the defensive back bit 100%. They kind of let them in. Let's take another look at this. Yes, it was a play action real quick to Kamara, and they let him in. Nice easy pass that anyone could make. My grandma could make that pass. He was wide open in the back right pylon. So we get the extra point right here. Now we have... Yeah, you're not going to go for 2. He gets it pretty easily. What the freak? You've got to be kidding me. He missed the extra point. Derek Carr is clapping. I don't know why he's clapping. That's... Holy smokes. They just left the door open for these Chiefs no matter what happens. Holy smokes, what a bad play. This kind of reminds me of last year we had the Carolina Panthers versus the Saints, and the Saints were playing a crappy game, trying to lose it, but at the end they came through and won it. So they did a drive at the last second, and they have some energy about them, but that missed extra point is going to kill them. It's going to kill them when it comes down to it. They can't be feeling too good, even though Derek Carr's clapping. Mr. Grupe. What's this dude's name? Let's see. The kicker for the Saints, his name is Blake Grupe. 8 for 8 on field goals, 57 yards was his longest. Let's see. Extra points. Extra points, he's 13 for 14. That's his first missed extra point. And not a good team to have it against. When the lights hit him, he shrunk. He shrunk, ladies and gentlemen. Blake, you are not looking good. His field goals seems to be on point. What's up, everyone there on Rumble? Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being in the chat. Let's see. So what else do we got here? So Alvin Kamara, he's got 10 attempts for 28 yards on the ground. So his longest was a 9-yard run. It's not much there. Alvin Kamara, 4 targets, 4 receptions, and 30 yards. So that's their second best receiver, is their running back. Everyone knows he's a pretty darn good running back, so I'm not going to hate on him for that, but so Foster Moreau, the tight end out of LSU, scored the touchdown for the Saints. He came from the Raiders along with Derek Carr. The kickoff, the Chiefs got it, took it to about the 25. Actually, they got it to the 35. So nice little kickoff. And it's another handoff. Kareem Hunt off the right guard, and he takes it for about 4 yards. 4 yards, it looks like. Kareem Hunt, remember, he's infamous for, I think, beating his wife or something like that. I guess that will go with him anywhere he goes. But with the injury to Rashee Ritchie, Kareem Hunt is in there. They called him at home. Mahomes in the backfield, steps back, play action. Andy lets it fly down the middle. Oh, he's getting a ton of yak. Oh my gosh, 30-40. About a 50-yard play. Holy smokes. Oh man. Oh man, even if they should have probably went for 2, if I guess they didn't know they were going to miss the extra point, but man, you just wish they would go for 2, and then if they scored a touchdown, you would be able to still be in this game. If they can stop them to a field goal, because they are in the red zone, it's second and it's first down, and they run it again. Kareem Hunt, he gets about 2 yards. So yes, he goes right down the middle for 2 yards on the first down. And Andy Reid looks happy on the sideline. As much as Andy Reid ever looks happy. He's kind of got some kind of life in his face. He's got that stone cold look. You can't tell what kind of reaction he has. So the Chiefs get back up to the line of scrimmage. Motion again, and the snap. Hand off to Kareem. And he hops over one of the defenders. Gets about 6 yards. Oh, man. But it looks like there's a penalty on the play. Could it be holding? Are they sure? Yes, it's a holding. Oh, it's a holding on the Saints. Oh, that's unbelievable. It's a running play and a hold on the defense. Very unusual. Everybody, the coaches, the players, everyone on the Saints looks confused. We're going to need a big stop here because that gives them a 1st and goal on the 3. My guess is Hunt is running so well that they'll hand it off again. Yeah, they took it to the side. It looks like Xavier Worthy, I believe. Yes, Xavier Worthy in the jet sweep, and he takes it around the edge and scores a touchdown. Comes to the sideline and gives it to some lady. It gives the ball to a lady. I'm not sure who she is. Maybe someone special to him. Special young lady. She looked young. Holy smokes. So Butker hits the extra point. Thank you guys for showing up. Hopefully we can get a game. It's 11:56 left, and it's definitely possible to get back into this. I suppose that's his mom. She looks very young. Good for her. Wearing the tiniest skirt ever. So Xavier Worthy is pretty darn young. What am I talking about? I believe he's only like 23, 24 years old, probably. He's fresh out of Texas, the rookie. So he gets a rushing touchdown. Gosh dang. Let's see. Xavier Worthy, he is 21. Gosh dang. Freaking guy is 21 years old playing for the Chiefs. What were you doing at 21 years old? Let's see if we can get some kind of updates on everything else that's going on in sports, because we do have MLB in the playoffs going on. So speaking of Kansas City, the Royals are in the playoffs, and they are going against the Yankees. It's 4-2, bottom of the ninth, so it looks like the Royals are going to get the win, but the New York Yankees have one on first. 2 outs, 1 on first, bottom of the ninth. So the Chiefs, the Yankees, they got the first game of the series, and now it looks like the Royals will get the second game of the series, so that's going to be at 2-2. 1-1. What's wrong with me? You know what it is? I don't think you guys subscribed, so that's throwing me off. It looks like Detroit won their game today. The Detroit Tigers against the Cleveland Guardians. I forget that the Guardians. But they are at 1-1 as well. So both series are going to be at 1-1. Tomorrow we're going to get at some action for the first time. If you don't know what that is, that's pretty fantastic. That's one of the college football conferences, the MAC, M-A-C. And they usually do their football games on Tuesdays because that's the only way they get ratings. So the game is back on, and the Saints have the ball. They just got the kickoff. So it turns out Xavier Worthy's mom had him when she was 18. Holy smokes. Well, it happens. I suppose that's his sister or something. With they look exactly alike, but regardless, the Saints have the ball on the 30. Derek Carr drops it off. Drops it off to Chris Olave out of Ohio State. Haven't seen him in a while. He gets 6 yards and doesn't look like they're going to take much time. They're getting back to the line of scrimmage, and Derek Carr steps back again. Little 5-yard drop. Drops it off down the middle to Johnson. The crowd is super loud. The Royals beat the Yankees. They just showed it on the screen. So Kansas City, I see lots of fans wearing their royal blue. But let's see if the Chiefs can get the win too. Flag on the play. Derek Carr lets it fly, and he gets the catch. I don't know if they'll bring it back. The referees are talking to each other. They're what'd you have for lunch kind of thing. Let's see. They said that there's 2 penalties on the play. Ball start on the offense. Declined. Personal foul. After the whistle, one of the defenders kept going, so I guess it's going to oh yeah, no. He pushed one of the New Orleans Saints players in the face, right in the face mask, way after the play was over. So he kind of like open hand jabbed him right in the face mask. Very unnecessary. Instead of getting a false start, they go 15 yards because the personal foul is worth more, I suppose. It's a worse affliction upon the National Football League. Takes precedence. So Derek Carr takes 15 yards, sets it up on the 45 of the Chiefs. The other side of the field, they hand it off, and he gets taken down about 2 yards. So we're going to approach it 2nd and 12. So we got 2nd and 12. They're going to need to get something going if these Saints going to have enough time to possibly make up for the first half and the missed extra point that would happen earlier. Derek Carr takes the snap. Throws it to the sideline. It's caught, but it's only about 4 yards. So we're looking at a 3rd and 8. 3rd down and 8. Sounds like 4 down territory. What do you guys think? Derek Carr's in the huddle telling everybody, hey, let's remain calm. But that crowd is loud. They're going crazy right now. Their baseball team just won. Derek Carr gets the snap, steps back about 7 yards to the right-hand side, and it was a little bit underthrown. He was looking for the flag. I don't think he could see the ball enough to come back. That's really, really sad because he could have got that. Oh, he could have got that ball, but he didn't. No good. He didn't come back, and now we're looking at 4th and 8. That crowd is going nuts. Groupie just missed an extra point, so they're not going to put him out there. Derek Carr, it's in your hands. 4th and 8. Someone called a timeout. Let's see who it is. I don't think the Saints can. Maybe they had to because the noise was too loud and it was running down. Clock was running down. 4th and 8, and they haven't had much success. Let's see. The Chiefs are 1-1 on 4th downs, but 3rd downs, the Saints are 3 and 8, so not a ton of success. Only 12 first downs. Saints have barely had the ball. Only 18 minutes as opposed to the Chiefs' 31 minutes. We're back. It's 4th down. 4th and 8. They step up to the line of scrimmage. Everybody is approaching the line. It's an all-out blitz. He throws it up. And, oh! It goes inside his hands and he drops it. Holy smokes. Was that Tipton? Mason Tipton. It went right into his hands. So Derek Carr just threw it way up in the sky. And it came down with a diving catch. But he's not able to hold on to the ball. Carr got beat up. He got lit up. Right through the hands of Tipton. That's brutal. Ladies and gentlemen, 9 minutes and 32 seconds. If something's going to happen, it's got to be pretty close to a miracle. Got a 10-point game. We've seen it before. No doubt about that, but not the way the Chiefs are playing it here in Kansas City today. $303 yards for Patrick Mahomes. And 117 yards for Juju Smith-Schuster. He's the number 1 target for Mahomes today. Travis Kelce, 9 targets for 70 yards. And he's got... I thought he had a touchdown. I guess not. All the touchdowns have been rushing. Kareem Hunt and Xavier Worthy. No doubt, the defense is... What? Let's see. What do you got going, chat? What do you got going, people out there in the world? We got a... So far in our poll, we got 50-50 Chiefs and Saints. So it looks like lots of people think that... Well, I wouldn't say lots of people. Probably like the people that did vote. They got 50-50 chance that either team's going to win. I don't know if that's what the updated score. Gosh dang. Now I'm second guessing them. Maybe they should have just kicked a field goal. But his longest is 59 yards. And he just missed an extra point. That's a very hostile crowd. But Kansas City had an all-out blitz going at them. Let's see. So we are back. Kareem Hunt takes the ball. They're going to kind of milk this clock. Kareem only gets 1 yard. That last play, Derek Carr was holding his back. I don't think he got hit that hard, but he kind of twisted in a way as he was falling to the ground. He could not see anything. It's a super tough catch, but you're in the NFL for a reason. Mason Tipton has to catch that ball. Probably the biggest play of his career right there. So play action by the Chiefs. He drops it off, and it's a first down, about 15 yards. Another Juju target, and he catches it. Ooh, on his head, on his helmet, as he's sliding to the ground. Tough catch, but he made it happen. He's so far the receiver of the game, that's for sure. He's got 130 yards on the day. So we got a motion. Handoff to the right. And he gets about 5. Holy, can we get some negative yards? This is ridiculous. So they're sitting at, the Chiefs are sitting at 4-0. Only other team is the Vikings, and they won in London against, can't remember, the Jets. Yeah, I remember that Aaron Rodgers was super upset about that. He played terribly. 2 interceptions in the first quarter. Chiefs wing it to the left-hand side. Kareem Hunt gets caught in the backfield. Uh-oh, he maybe did a little extra. Nope, no flags, though, on the tackle. So negative 4 yards. That takes you back to 3rd and 9. Derek Carr, he was in the tent, I guess. Oh, no. He might be done. I don't even know who their backup is. Check out the Jake Haener, the quarterback out of Fresno State, might see his first playing time since preseason. Patrick Mahomes, he's dancing around the pocket. He's going to elude the defenders, and he gets the first down. Oh my gosh, they're going to put it before the first down, but he dove very, like, Superman-esque. Unbelievable. He literally danced around, and he jumped in the middle of the field, stepped back, and then went to the left-hand side. So number 15, Patrick Mahomes, does it again. What he does in the Super Bowl. It looks like he got the first down. I don't know if they are looking at it. I wanted to see a 4th down play. Kansas City is going to waste our time and challenge it. Guys, 6 minutes 53 seconds. Just give it to Kareem and let him rush down the middle. It looks like, yeah, Derek Carr's done for the day. He's not coming back. His face looks fine. There looks like no problem. He'll probably be back next week, but probably strain something, or they just don't want to get him hurt. They're sitting at 2-2 in a division that they can surely win. So maybe you just want to kind of keep them safe. Let's see, standings. So the Falcons are sitting at 3-2, head of that division, along with the Bucks at 3-2. Then you got the Saints and the Panthers. And the Panthers obviously are going for that number 1 pick. They're done. When that Panthers team is going to be good again. So They say it's a first down. Big surprise. Holy smokes. Those Chiefs fans are spoiled, but it looks like they still appreciate it. So the clock remains running. Unbelievable. What do you guys think? Are they Super Bowl? Is it definitive or what? What is it? Who are you taking to win the Super Bowl now that we've seen some of these teams in the first quarter of the season? What's your take on that? Also, who is your MVP for the season so far? Is it Patrick Mahomes? He's got 316, one interception, but it was tipped, so not really his fault. Josh Allen had a terrible game this week, so he's come back to earth. It only leaves you with two players, in my opinion, Sam Darnold with the Vikings, and this guy right here, Patrick Mahomes. Brock Purdy, I don't think so. He's not going to get the votes. So they're just showing a bunch of the Kansas City fans. It's going to be a love fest for the next 6 minutes. Falcons have some injuries as on the first half they had their offensive line going in and out. So can you blame them? I think you can. They definitely had a chance. So the first down play, another run up the right side. Kareem Hunt gets 4 yards. Boy, oh boy. Kareem Hunt is having a night. 93 yards. He's approaching 100. Seems like it's easier and easier to get 100 yards in the league nowadays. I want to see Jake Haener play a little bit. He is doing some crazy squats out of White Man Can't Jump. He looks like Woody Harrelson at the beginning of that movie. Let's see what he can do. The Fresno State stud. Oh man, they got a trick play happening here. Wide receiver screen. And I think it's Worthy or... no, it's not Worthy. It's Hardman. So Hardman gets the wide receiver screen and he takes it up about 15 yards. Unbelievable. So they are in the red zone again. What a huge turn of events. All that momentum that they had going for them. Kareem Hunt takes it down the middle, approaching 100 yards. He's down on the ground. They help him up, but he's still having a day. So the Vikings, this is their first 5-0 start since 2016. That's pretty impressive. What other games did you guys catch? Did you catch the 49ers and the Cardinals? Kyler Murray pulls off an amazing victory for them. No one expected the Cards to do anything. Kareem Hunt down the left side now. And there's a flag on the play. He throws it at he throws the flag at one of the players from the Saints and he doesn't look too happy. It must be a hold on the offense. It's gotta be. Last time it was a hold on the defense. There can't be two of those in one game. Yeah, the offensive lineman looks guilty. Andy is guilty as charged. So it looks like it's going to be 10-yard penalty. We're looking at 2nd and 16. So the Chiefs are on the 21-yard line.
that nobody thought we would be seeing what we're watching out of them this year.
2nd down and 17. Mahomes out to his right and brought down from behind. A loss on the play on the sack of 3. And it will be Brzee getting the sack. Here are the numbers for Jayden Daniels. First player in NFL history with 1,000 pass yards and 250 plus rush yards over his first 5 career games. We got a long way to go, but there has not been a rookie MVP in the NFL since Jim Brown in 1957.
You know, we were talking about it when we had them a couple weeks ago, and how one of the areas where he would get better is when he scrambled, keeping his eyes down the field. And early in that game yesterday, boy, he threw a dart down the field to Terry McLaurin.
3rd down and 20, so they hand to Hunt. This drive has consumed over 6 minutes. And the Saints will call a timeout. They're down to 1 with over 3 to go, 3:06, and we're back in 30 seconds after a word from State Farm.
Hey, Jay from State Farm. Check it out.
The old Fumble-Rooski.
Or you can bundle home and auto and save money. The old Bundle-Rooski.
Ooh, that's a better play.
Plus, it's more fun to say. Bundle-Rooski.
Yeah.
Bundle-Rooski, 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 Bundle-Rooski-doo. Try it.
Yeah. I'm not going to say that.
Bundle and save with the personal price plan.
He can, though.
Well, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Here comes a 38-yard try by Harrison Butker. I think that's Andy Reid just riffing. Butker, his 4th of the night. It's a 13-point game, and the Saints, it appears, are about to go back on offense without Derek Carr. As we take a look at our game recap brought to you by Swiffer, here is the deflected ball that is returned on the interception by Colin Saunders. That was Taylor Swift saying, "That's my backup dancer's brother." Here is Foster Moreau for the touchdown. The handoff from Travis Kelce to Xavier Worthy. 3-yard touchdown run and a souvenir for Mom.
This has been a lot of fun for the Chiefs and for Moms and all of these fans. You know, Saunders, he was the highlight for the Saints. They made a couple plays to keep it a little bit interesting, but this has really been a pretty much domination by the Kansas City Chiefs. If they'd been even a little bit better in the red zone, this game wouldn't even be close.
3:03 to go. Line drive as they try to kick it away from Shaheed, and good work by Butker to do just that. Well, our Week 6 game a week from tonight. Monday Night Football in the Meadowlands. The Bills and the Jets at 8 Eastern on ESPN and ESPN Deportes. Peyton and Eli again on ESPN2. That'll be a battle for the top spot in the AFC East.
Yeah, it's going to be a battle, all right. You know, two teams coming in limping a little bit. Both quarterbacks got banged up yesterday, and then both teams also on 2-game losing streaks. So trying to right the ship, somebody will.
By the way, that kick from Butker landed in the landing zone and then into the end zone, so it comes out to the 20, not the 30, and Jake Haener takes over. There are his numbers at Fresno State for the injured Derek Carr. And this could change everything for the Saints if this is a long-term situation for Carr. Haener too high for Kamara.
Well, you come in and the game the way it is right now, let Haener do what he can. But I've got to believe Dennis Allen over there on the sidelines right now, he's trying to think what he's going to say to this team and how he's going to handle it. Now they're going to come off this game tonight, Monday night game, short week, and then they've got to rally and they're going to play host to Tampa Bay. So a big divisional game for them. And what's that going to look like with Derek Carr? Will he be back? I mean, there's a lot going through Dennis Allen's mind right now.
Here's Juwan Johnson He's got a first down and suffered a big hit from Nick Bolton at the end, a gain of 11. Meanwhile, Kansas City will go into their bye week. The early bye for the Kansas City Chiefs. 2.5 to go. Haener chased by Dana. Downfield, there was contact, no flag for the coverage on Olave by Brian Cook.
Yeah, I think maybe these officials are ready to go home, because that looked like definite contact before the ball arrived.
Yeah. Yes, it did.
Which I can't blame them if they do want to go home. I mean, but
Haener doesn't want him to go home. This is
Haener's moment.
This is his time. 2nd and 10. Pressure by Chris Jones. Look out, Jake Haener. And he wins that race to the sideline and picks up 10.
You know, Haener, as I said, he hasn't gotten to play much. That right there reminded me of my rookie year, the first time we played the Philadelphia Eagles, and Reggie White got through the line just like Chris Jones. The difference in that game was I did not outrun Reggie White like Haener does Chris Jones here. He caught me from behind, and I think that's when I realized the NFL was a little bit of a different animal.
Yeah, that puts a smile on old Ed Svita's face to my left. Replay assist called that run by Haener inches short, so they pick up the first down on that throw to Kamara. And we are coming up on the 2-minute warning. How many times did Reggie White get you?
Well, the Eagles won game 11 times.
11 sacks. Here is Haener, ends up on the grass, got hit by Karlaftis in the incomplete pass. So 2nd and 10 with 2:03 to go, and here comes George. Almost had his helmet taken off on his way to Haener.
Yeah, and he almost gets the sack, and you've got Juwan Johnson who's out there. He came from a wide spot. That would have been quite impressive if he had gotten there before Haener got rid of the ball.
You say that was maybe hands to the face?
Maybe.
Haener flushed out again. Slides short of midfield, and with 1:55 to go, we're at the 2-minute warning. Kansas City Chiefs on their way to a 5-0 start. Saints on their way to their 3rd straight loss. 1:55 to go in Kansas City. Royals 1, Chiefs about 2.
My name is Jorge Gaviria, and this is my business, Macienda. We bring heirloom corn products from Mexico to every kitchen. I chose my Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One because I earn unlimited 2% cash back on everything I buy. With no preset spending limit, my purchasing power adapts to meet my business needs. And I reinvest my 2% cash back to help grow our business with new products, like our tabletop Masa Mill. My Spark card helps me fulfill my mission of bringing Masa to the masses. What's in your wallet?
I want this! Jason is really fired up for the Cinnamon Toast Crunch Challenge. Look at him, just Cinna dusting his way to victory.
You can't get enough of this stuff, man.
Win the day with the Kelsey's favorite cereals.
Brisket is back at Chipotle. Seasoned, smoked, seared, spiced, sauced, bold, and guac. It's a whole new kind of brisket done the Chipotle way.
On Chewy, save 35% and shop all your favorite brands. For any taste or any diet, at prices you love, delivered fast. For low prices, for life with pets, there's Chewy.
If you want to make an entrance, bring the sabor. Modelo Chelada Fresa Picante. Authentic Mexican beer, bold strawberry flavor, and a hint of spice. Modelo Chelada, bring the sabor.
IHOP.
IHOP.
Week
Weekdays are the new weekends with IHOP's House Faves menu. Only $6 Monday through Friday.
Week 6 kicks off with Thursday Night Football starting at 8:15 p.m. Eastern on Prime Video. Stream games live on your mobile device with NFL Plus.
All right, Scott Van Pelt coming up on the post-game show brought to you by Nationwide. We'll visit with Joe and Troy, their thoughts on this game. We'll hear from Dennis Allen and Andy Reid as well. Take you inside the winning locker room. We'll see if the Saints can add a little more on the board. Joe, back to you.
Well, just by way of an update, Scott, Troy's out for the post-game stuff. He's headed for the press conference. Here's Haener to his left. Sidearm throw, and Kamara can't make the grab. It's 4th down.
I figured last week I didn't even get to answer a question. So what's the point? I mean, why even stick around?
So sensitive. The Chiefs have run 27 more plays in this game than the Saints and have a time of possession advantage in this game of about 18 minutes. I mean, the score doesn't really show it, but this was a dominant night for Kansas City.
It was a great night all the way around, and we've talked a lot about what Andy Reid did offensively, minus some key players, but Steve Spagnuolo was terrific as well defensively. He was dialed in and didn't give up much to this offense.
Good throw by Haener, and Olave can't bring it in with his right arm. The Saints turn it over on downs, but that good-looking throw, Jake Haener.
No question. That was a good throw, and that's part of why the Chiefs had success tonight was they didn't allow Olave to really be a factor. That's one that he typically would catch. That ball, there wasn't a lot of places to put that, but that was perfect, trying to bring it in really with one arm because his left hand was grabbed.
Jalen Watson has really stepped up across from Trent McDuffie after the trade of L'Jarius Sneed, who's an all-world corner himself. Watson was there stride for stride, and Kansas City will go into kneel-down mode. This is kind of a new Chiefs win. They've been riding this defense. We'll talk about the offense in a second as we watch what Steve Spagnuolo's group did.
Well, this was early when Derek Carr laid one up and it got intercepted. And then at the end, when the game was basically on the line, brings an all-out pressure. Connor's right there. Good throw by Derek Carr, but they're able to snuff it out. And I just thought they really did a good job of not allowing Alvin Kamara to be a factor. They kept Chris Olave from making an impact in this game and got after Derek Carr. Just thought on both sides of the ball, this was a well-prepared team, and this coaching staff, players as well, but this coaching staff should feel good about the job they did this week and tonight.
He's so good, Steve Spagnuolo. He's been right there riding shotgun with his head coach, Andy Reid, and what a combination. I mean, he's won 4 Super Bowls as a defensive coordinator. You go back to what he did with the Giants when they beat the, at the time, undefeated Patriots, and then this ride in Kansas City. I mean, it's as good a resume as a coordinator can put together.
And the other part of it is this defense is no longer playing in the shadows of the offense. You look back at last year, what the defense did. I mean, in a big way, this defense is what allowed them to get to the playoffs, win that Super Bowl, and they've kept them in these games this year, and another outstanding performance by that group tonight.
Yeah, and that whole new Chiefs thing, I mean, at times we saw 4 tight ends in the game. They brought Jody Fortson back. They did get Smith-Schuster downfield, had a big night tonight. 7 catches for 130. Mahomes did not throw for a touchdown, but threw for 331. Kareem Hunt, a 100-yard day on the ground with a touchdown. Butker 4 field goals, and that'll do it for tonight. Chiefs are 5-0. Saints 2-3. Monday Night Postgame presented by Nationwide. Coming up next, Jets and Bills next Monday. Let's go to Scott Van Pelt.
Joe, thanks. Coming up on SportsCenter following the Nationwide postgame, Ryan Clark will be with us, breaking down the turning points in this game. We're hoping to have an update on the health of Derek Carr. That's obviously a significant development on the Saints side as well. All the highlights as well. I'm looking forward to talking to Troy, hopefully, if he doesn't head down to the press conferences. We'll find out. It's coming your way. It's 90 seconds from now.
thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Football League.
At Domino's, we're all about cheesy, so you know we had to make our new 5-cheese mac and cheese the crave-worthiest, cheesiest pasta possible. Just like all of our mouth-watering oven-baked pastas. But try one for yourself, including our new 5-cheese mac and cheese next time you order at Domino's.
Make me go loco, loco, make me go loco. Make me go loco.
Come seek the Royal Caribbean.
Check out Mahomes scrambling into T-Mobile to get the new iPhone 16 Pro built for Apple Intelligence. Cuz holding it up like a baby lion. Now at T-Mobile.com, get the new iPhone 16 Pro on us. And families can save 20% every month versus the other big guys.
Oz for the facts. She's shopping for a used car, but she doesn't know that nearly half of them have been in an accident. Luckily, Carfax shows how accidents impact price, so she doesn't have to overpay. Unpause. Whoa,
This is cool.
Shop the all-new Carfax.com.
Mopping is hard work. Then I tried the Swiffer Power Mop. It has a built-in solution that breaks down dirt on contact. Plus, its 360-degree swivel head cleans up along baseboards and even behind the toilet.
Bye-bye, bucket.
With the Swiffer Power Mop.